This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favourite podcasts.
Are you ready? I'm saying, are you ready? Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform
Or ask your smart speaker
to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Right, Chris.
Alrighty, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good day, goodbye, hello. How are you wherever you are in the world? And I've just got to quickly show you this before I bring him in properly. That is Brad having a tinkle, and those are his words. So Brad is away tinkling. There you go. He was back before I was ready for him then. He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. We are here for the watch along between ourselves and Swansea City. It's coming round very, very quickly. Let's hope for a second half performance that we had against Birmingham rather than the first half performance. But I've got to say, if you haven't watched it yet, please do get over to Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and check out the match preview. For those of us that are old enough to remember, and I was at the time working in a call centre, so that was why I loved it. Nev, yes, he was a bit of a, what do you mean you're on the telephone preference scheme? He was the lovable rogue, and that's why I enjoyed it. And Chickenhead was one of the guys that was on there. Google Chickenhead, but you need to watch the show to find out why he got the nickname. It wasn't the rude version that we think it was. But look, let me bring Kate in. If Brad is okay just to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, he's sticking his finger up at me or his thumb. I'm not sure which. But hang on a second. Hopefully, whoops-a-daisy. Hang on. Oh, it's all going wrong. It's all going absolutely tits up. Where are we?
I'm here.
There you go.
I'm here. Hello.
I'm not used to this yet. It's all new. How are you?
You can't tell it was seamless.
It's not live. We'll cut that bit out.
I'm really well. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I'll be doing very well if I can get used to all my new layouts. It's causing me a few problems. I mean, have you seen the lineup?
I have, yeah.
Brad was a little bit confused, and I've got to say, I am. I mean, Doyle's back on the left, which, all right, I'll go with that because I know that he is one. I thought you were going into Brad's house then, because I know, he likes him on the left. Good to see Pratt keeping his starting place. Decker straight in. No Justin even on the bench.
Yeah, I thought that as well. I hope he's all right. Yeah, he's obviously just favoured Doyle today. Didn't have any minutes at the weekend, really. So, yeah, I'm pleased to see that Pratt's got another continuation of, because he played really well at the weekend, and I just hope he doesn't hurt himself.
Well, I mean, he got through 90 minutes. To me, that's more than he's played in the last two seasons put together, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, let's have a surprise. No James Justin, but we have got 2 games this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just going to be hopefully squad rotation. I don't know whether anyone's asked him about that yet on the usual Radio Leicester stuff, the pre-match interviews and stuff. But yeah, I'd like to think it's just normal squad rotation. Doyle's due a 90 minutes, I think. It depends how they set up. His cross-field passing is really good and part of Enzo's plan. And I think he does do that better than JJ. So it might be sort of part of that, really, to do some long balls over for Daka, who's got the sprint on him. Surprised to see Cannon drop, because I still think we just need to keep playing him, really. But Daka's obviously come back. He's fresh. He's match fit. Sorry, I look like I'm in the dark now. He's match fit.
You hear me?
He's raring to go.
Knock if you can hear me. Let's all hold hands and smile so we can see you. Look, it is a team that should still do the business for us, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd like to think so. I think Swansea have a new manager, don't they?
They do. So... Well, yes, he came in this month. And I'm just saying before, I don't know whether you remember the call centre or not from.
No, I don't. I have heard of it.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever watched it. Yeah.
We had, to say, Chickenhead, as you can see there, from the call centre. Nev, who ran it, he's passed away, R.I.P. To Nev Wiltshire. He was a bit of I always say a lovable rogue. He didn't used to stick to you can't call them because they've registered, that sort of thing. But I was just speaking to Chickenhead again, Matthew. Let's call him his proper name, Matthew. Before I went live, and he said, he's gone 3-0 or 3-1 to Leicester. And I said, you're making me feel bad now if we beat you. He says, well, no, don't worry. He said, I've gone for that on my coupon. So as a Swansea fan, so he's not feeling a lot of hope tonight.
Yeah, you'd like to think it would be sort of just getting the job done and fairly straightforward, but you just never know. And there's a few players in there that haven't played that much. Pratt's in a key position tonight in terms of creativity, and Doyle hasn't played a lot.
I don't know if you went to Swansea for the
yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. I mean, we didn't go on really tie that game down until the last few, the last 10 minutes or so. So they weren't a pushover, were they?
No, not at all. I think they scored. Did they make it 1-1? I feel like we.
No, they went 1-0 up after 20
Oh, they went 1-0 up. Yeah, that was it. And I remember that's the game where Eunice did his groin or whatever after he came on after about 5 minutes and had to go back off again. Yeah, I mean, it ended up being a flattering scoreline, I think.
Yes,
Which I think a lot of these games we've won are, to be honest. Like Saturday was another one. So we just got to take our chances today. And I know we spoke about the order of strikers yesterday on the show.
Yeah.
So I just hope that Daka can create chances. I really like Cannon's ability to create chances, and he really opens the game up for us, a bit like Vardy used to. So I'd just like to see Cannon. I'd just like to see Daka do that a bit and follow in those footsteps, really, and stretch the defenders, pull them out of position, even if that means, creating opportunities for people like Pratt to come on and score, because we know he can score.
Yes. I mean, at least he's not dropped Cannon altogether. He's on the bench, so he's got that facility to come on. But I'm going to let you go.
Maybe it's a toss-up between the two of them, to be honest. Maybe Enzo's thinking, well, battle it out between the two of you.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. We might have just seen Vestergaard's fantastic goal just before half-time when it went in off his knee.
Silky Vestergaard.
Goal of the season for me, that was.
I remember that.
But, Vesta Bloody Guard, I think my commentary was. I forgot what I was going to say now. I mean, he may shock us and go 2 up front. Who knows?
Yes, we don't know.
We don't know.
We'll see what happens.
We will indeed. Before I let you go, please do give me a score prediction.
2-1 to Leicester today.
You've gone 2-1. I've gone 3-1. So we've pretty much, neither of us think that we're going to keep a clean sheet, which we haven't done that often this season.
No, that would be nice. Thank you, and I'll speak to you later on. Yep.
I'll speak to you after the show. Take care.
All right. Enjoy.
Cheers.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Right, let's bring Brad. Don't worry, Brad. I'm going to remove that. There we go.
Well, I'd have to lift my chin up and you'd see all 3 of them.
Sorry to get you waiting there.
No, it's all right. It's always
uh,
lovely to get a lovely Kate on screen. Good old Gorinda turning up.
yes,
He's not
indeed.
afraid of Swansea at home.
Look, your thoughts on the team? We got Kate's thoughts there.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. The lineup itself, it's a very strong lineup. Again, like Kate said, I'm glad to see Pratt getting some minutes. Seems like the Championship is a beneficiary to all concerned. You know, playing these games regularly, it's more of a benefit for Leicester than most Championship teams. Granted, given the strength of our squad and its depth, but also for me, you know, it's more the bench. You know, Kate brought it up there. Poor Eunice came on and got injured, and then, you know, he got injured and suffered a groin. There's some areas of that pitch where you just think the obvious one, Doyle, if he was to go down in a heap, touch wood, touch the old noggin there because there's nothing in there. That doesn't happen, but you look at the bench and think, oh, I'm hoping there's not an injury to JJ. Maybe he's carrying a bit of a knock and he's not risking him on the bench. It's usually what Enzo does. He's very, unlike a certain Harold Shipman that was in charge, he wouldn't rush players back if they're not feeling 100% for a game.
Wouldn't.
So maybe that's why it is. Although, you know what, Chris, it's transfer window. So he's probably going to Barcelona, Brighton, Brentford and Fulham and having a medical in Chesterfield at the moment right now.
That's it. You've got it. I mean, I'm surprised Dewsbury Hall's on the bench, but like you say, the good news, I haven't seen that yet, but you said Dewsbury Hall has come out because it's not on Leicestershire Live, which is surprising because they usually sort of take most of their stories from other sources. But you say Dewsbury Hall's come out and said he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, according to several Twitter or X reports, if you will, that I've seen scattered around, a few people consistently have shared I don't know why it is on Twitter, but they have like them little open brackets, closed brackets things from the Daily Mail that Dewsbury Hall has come out and said he's further distancing himself from the move to Brighton, saying he's very happy to be staying at Leicester. So that's one rumour we can probably squash and put to bed.
I think it was a wild one, to be honest with you. Maybe Brighton did actually inquire about him, knowing like, you know, we can't afford a sort of, well, I don't know. Can we afford him? We're getting him in on loan. We're getting him on for a year. I don't know what the, you know, we're signing him on an 18-month deal. So it's a bit confusing. We'll wait and see what happens when we finally sign the guy.
If we finally sign it, I've started to give up on the idea right now.
Well, to be honest with you, you know, Fabrizio, he's not often wrong, but he's been saying it's going to be happening for a few days now.
Yeah, and again, he's not wrong. And I said this on the Monday night show, didn't I? That you know, it's very rare that when a story has picked up any traction towards Leicester signings or outgoings, that he's wrong. You know, he normally gets it spot on, and that's maybe more down to the inside information. Enzo's inside camp being a bit more opening towards these medias. I don't know, but it seems like I'd say about 80% of the rumours, ins and outs, he's got spot on, because obviously there was interest in the summer in Iheanacho and Daka, and although they didn't happen, there was obvious interest, and Leicester were looking to potentially offload. And it feels like it's the same with this one. And for some reason, whether we've got an accountant that can't count properly on his fingers and thumbs and can't work out how much we can spend and can't spend. I don't know how dopey he is or how difficult the maths is to work out. But yeah, I'm just a bit baffled that he's not got it across, because this has gone from a signing to a loan move to a signing with a fee, and it's just like, what? How has somebody not figured out how much we can actually spend given what we're going to give him for his signing on fees and wages, etc.
Nate says there 30 million would be a massive discount for the quality that KD.
Oh yeah, I mean next year if we are to go up, Chris, it's Premier League tax you add on to it, don't you, as well? And it's easily.
I'm back. Yeah. So it's not that massive a discount. For me, I don't think. Just been showing the Vardy goal again against against Birmingham, and you said it, don't you? If they're bringing Albrighton on, you know who's coming on if he's not already on the pitch within the next 2 minutes.
Yes, you do. You definitely know who that is, and it is definitely going to be Vardy, because
Yes.
like many things throughout the season with Vardy, he's always managed to find himself a partner in crime that somehow was able to find him, whether it was Danny Drinkwater who would find him through the middle, Mahrez on the wing. Albrighton was the third man that could always find him, and we were very thankful in that second half against Birmingham. Against Birmingham. That was the team. My brain went then that they were on the pitch to be found, because obviously it made for a very comforting watch for the second half.
Yes. And the nice thing was that the first thing he did when he scored was go over and jump into Albrighton's arms. So
yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a sad day when they both leave the club. It'd be like Stuart Broad and Anderson for the cricket side. You kind of want them both to go off into the sunset together and just retire as footballers. I know that hasn't happened with Anderson and Broad for cricket in terms, but the impetus was you both wanted them to retire and do the same. Obviously, Anderson's still going, the older one of the two, surprisingly still going. But yeah, it'd be nice for that, because they've had such a wonderful career together and many memorable goals set up.
Indeed. Everyone start getting your predictions in. What's your prediction, Brad?
I think I went 3-0 or 3-1.
Oh, you did? You went 3-0 because I went 3-1.
Oh, yeah, you changed your mind, didn't you? You saw me and you went, I'm going to change my mind because Brad's not done that. Haven't seen that lineup. I'm going to make a change.
Oh,
because I can. Not in the actual league. Don't worry.
No.
But for today's show, I'm going to go. Well, I'm going to join Scott and Gray. I'm going to go 2-0 Leicester. I'm going to take a goal off us, because I just feel like as good as the players are, you just feel a little bit under strength when we're not seeing the. Well, I suppose you could say Daka is in form. And Pratt is, but you know what I mean, like the regular informed players.
I mean, Daka scored in a Zambia side that was knocked out and didn't get a win out of 3 games. He did score 2 goals, so that you couldn't really ask a lot more, could you?
No, I mean, I saw someone earlier commenting on the lineup. I can't remember if it was. No, it's not on the Facebook page because you've taken that down. It was on the Leicester one, and someone put like a throwing up emoji going, oh, Daka, why couldn't he have not stayed out there? We don't need him. And I just casually commented back going, the guy scored 4 goals in 6 games. Give him a break.
Yeah.
He's on form, and he's obviously gone away. He's had a disappointing tournament in terms of not qualifying to the next round, which is why he's available and starting today for us. But the guy scored 4 goals in 6 games. People may say, oh, they were tap-ins. He was there to put them in the net. Thank you very much. And he's gone and scored 2 goals on international duty. So he's still got a goal scoring form. So it's definitely not a disappointment to see him starting over others. Well, not for me anyway, Chris. I'm delighted to see him in the mixer again. And a bit surprised he's got the nod over Cannon with his form. But again, we're talking a random midweek game and a weekend game. It's probably beneficial.
Yes, I mean, I said on Monday, who'd have thought at the start of the season we'd have saying who's going to be starting, Daka or Cannon, and
yeah,
Vardy.
Exactly.
I think, but that's football. That's the way it works.
Who knows, Chris? Maybe Enzo's showing us how we're going to replace Iheanacho and Vardy next season. He's got Cannon and Daka. Maybe this is the key.
Obviously, I love Vardy. I think he's coming to the end of his sell-by date. I would, if their form continues, I would be happy for Cannon and Daka to be, there going forward. But we have to, let's not go too mad, because like you said, it's only been 4 or 5 games. At the start of the season, Vardy was doing this, Iheanacho was doing this. It's just that they've gone quiet, and so they've not done anything different to what Vardy and Iheanacho were doing. They've just done it more recently.
Yeah, and that's how you have to get in this side, Chris. This is one of them positions, like in the midfield, you maybe have a 4-man midfield, a 3-man midfield, sometimes even a 5-man midfield. And as we've seen with today's modern footballer, you can sort of train to play in a different position. So you've got more variety to your game. When you're a striker in a 1 or even a 2-man system, Chris, it's very difficult to breach that line. And if you've got strikers in form, you've got to play them. Otherwise, what's the point in buying them? There's no point spending whether it's 25 million or 5 million on them if when we're on form, the second somebody's back fit, you go, well, Sling, you're up, mate. Thanks for your 3 goals in 3 games, but we're going to go back to that. I like the way Enzo runs this team. I might have a few discrepancies every so often, Sheffield Wednesday rant aside. But he does, for me, he does get the majority of it spot on with the way he handles that squad, because it's a squad, Chris. It's a squad game at the end of the day. And you need these players to feel that they're playing a part and not just being chucked on because, wow, we need to rotate the team.
He's getting it right because we're top of the league. So,
of course he is. Yeah.
You know, we and on these sort of shows, and I banned somebody. Well, I didn't ban him. I absolutely kicked him out. I just kicked him out and banned him. Well, I did ban him from the group because I put a thing up for about the Sensi move, and I'm going, oh, typical Leicester, it's taking this long. And he was sort of like, oh, call yourself Leicester till I die, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, yeah, you've added a lot to the conversation, haven't you? Your education was well worth all the money your parents paid for it. Jesus. So basically, I kicked his arse out because I can't be doing with that. If you can't add anything to the conversation, I don't want you in the group. And it's the end of that. And he'd been in it for like 5-6 years. So I'm sorry, you don't just come on and insult people. But yeah, it is like you say. It is. We do moan, and that's what I mean. There was always the accusation that Talk Sports threw at Arsenal Fan TV, wasn't it? That they prefer it when Arsenal lose because they get more viewers.
Well, yeah, but that's just Arsenal in general. It's always fun to watch them have a meltdown, regardless. I mean, they could be top of the league in 10 points.
So and I get what he's saying, and
yeah.
We've moaned, and we have every right as fans to moan. You know, it's our money. You know, I've paid 60-70 quid to get this shirt delivered to me. I've got I've got all that stuff, most of which is bought from the shop. You know, we invest our money into this club. And even when we win, you know, we are here, whether it's this channel, whether it's Luke's, Leicester City Down Under, whether it's Jack's channel, we're here, like Match of the Day, we are here to discuss and analyse, aren't we? But, some people, oh, you're moaning. No, we're not actually analysing, but look, some people haven't got the brains they were born with. You know what I mean? But
no, they certainly haven't. And you spot on, Chris. That's exactly what we do these sort of channels for. We sit here and we're basically doing what we used to do 10 years ago before this sort of thing took off. And that is we'd sit and watch the game with our mates, maybe down the pub, whatever, wherever we're going to watch it. Maybe sat at home, we'd have a group chat going and we'd go, oh, well, I'm glad we won, but bloody hell, we nearly lost that game because of this reason, that reason, this reason. And now we're just doing the joys of sharing our thoughts with everybody else. And you guys in the comments get along. I don't get people to get on the high horse about people that do this sort of thing and are critical. Can you not be a fan of a football club and be critical? Because if that's the case, then you must have been sat these fans that go, oh, you criticise the club, you're not a Leicester fan. Well, what were you doing last season? Were you going, it's okay, bottom of the league's exactly where we need to be? No, I don't think so. I think you were fuming just as well as us. So pipe down, shut up, take the knee, as Luke would say.
Indeed, I agree 100%. Look, on home form, we're second in the league. We have dipped recently. Swansea, let's not take them for granted here. Yes, they're in 16th position, but on away form, they're in 11th. And as I said to Kate earlier, that 3-1 win, well, as Kate said, the scoreline, and she was there, flattered us a little bit. So I know, Matthew, stroke, chickenhead, whatever you want to be calling him, was sort of, as a Swansea fan, was going 3-1, 3-0 to Leicester. This is Leicester, and we just can't take these things for granted, can we?
No, you can't. And obviously, I know we've been a hell of a lot better this season than last season at home. But if I'm right in thinking, our and it's not been many, granted, which is a good thing to say. Our points that we have dropped, I think, in terms of losses, have more come at home than they have away, and we've always felt. I don't know about you, Chris. I don't know if maybe it's just the magic of an away day, but I always feel like the atmosphere still to this day is a lot more tense when we're at home than when it's the away fans travelling.
Yes. No. I think as an away fans, you make more noise because there's less of you than the home fans. So you want to sort of out-sing them. And there's that bit of extra camaraderie. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Camaraderie. You're right.
It's as close as we're going to get. We'll move on. Friendship. Yeah. And at home, you kind of we almost, and you always think there isn't an advantage from playing at home. I don't care. Yeah, you've got all the fans, the 12th man, etc. But at the end of the day, a pitch is a pitch is a pitch, and you expected to kind of win because you're at home, and I think there is more pressure on the players. I think the players sometimes prefer to play away.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times.
But that's mainly, of course, if you're Rashford.
All Rooney.
All Rooney, indeed.
But no, I get that. It does make sense, doesn't it? There's less pressure. There's a bit more of there's almost a party atmosphere. Well, there is if it's going well, like it is for Leicester at this point of the season. It is more of a party atmosphere away from home. You feel a bit more relaxed. You've put a few beers down your neck, let's face it, and you're having a bit more of a jolly time. Whereas, like you said, at home, the pressure's on. I mean, the home crowd can encourage you more than an away crowd, because sometimes if you're 1 or 2-0 down and chasing the game, that 4, 5, 6,000 away fans, despite how loud they are, get outroared by a 40-odd plus thousand home attendance. Maybe not so much in this division with some of the clubs in their stadium size, but again, at home you can encourage them and they can kind of feed off it. So it's like catch-22. But I do agree. I think all round, there's less pressure on the players and less expectations to go out and there and really get the job done. And again, people can get carried away, like you said, Chris, with league positions, because some clubs, I would say, in this division have a bit of a false league position, because we've said this many times, Chris, the gap between like probably 16th and 6th is probably 7 points or something like that, which isn't a lot in this division at all. Within 2 weeks can be turned around with how thick and fast the fixtures come. And I think sometimes when you see Swansea 16th, in the Premiership, home win, but new manager bounce, bit of change in fortune, trying to get a run together.
When you look at that, I mean, we've only lost 1 in 5. It's not panic stations, is it?
Oh, no, of course it's not. And it hasn't been panic stations. Oh, probably since our mini meltdown when, what was it? Did we beat, we lost to Leeds, Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
And then did we then draw with Sheffield Wednesday? And
it was around the same. I don't think it was necessarily in that order, but it was around the same time.
Yeah. So we had like our mini meltdown then as fans, but we're not. It's hardly bad form, and you consider the fact that the draw, Chris, the draw was against second place Ipswich, which is as frustrating as it was, because 2 games side by side. Spot the difference in them. Leicester take the lead, dominate the game, a late goal gets it for equalise. I mean, you couldn't separate the 2 games.
Deja vu, yes. But...
And 2 own goals as well. I know they reversed it, but so it's not the worst form to be in.
Yeah. Can I just say, just getting ready for the game, and if anybody is watching from Thatcher's and they want to either sponsor the show or just send me some cans of beers, I'm more than happy to show this every time I have one on the camera. Thatcher's Gold, everybody. If anybody is watching...
Get the tags out for him, guys. Get it social media. Let's get Thatcher's. We want to get the show sponsored. We'll get the discount and the code.
I'm just looking at they'd probably be down this part of the country, to be honest with you. I just can't find it. Oh yes, Somerset. If you're watching from Somerset, there you go. Look at the sound of that. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one. Okay, look, let's
this Watchalong is brought to you by Thatcher's Gold. There you go.
Indeed. other siders are available unless they do send me a nice check or I say I'm easily bought. I'm available for free cans. As well. Look, there's the table. They're sat in 16th, but they just got rid of the manager. They're not going to go down, Swansea. They're very much like Leicester were before we got relegated. They're sort of hanging about. But they got the guy in from Notts County. But he's going to take time to settle in. I don't think he's been given a lot of money to spend. Another club that's not particularly happy with their owners, but I think they've kind of resigned themselves to writing the season off already.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate because I'm sure there's neutrals out there. You remember Swansea not too long ago, Chris, were actually a Premier League side.
Yes,
and
they were. Well, when we won that nice trophy there, they were in the Premier League.
Yes, they were, and it was a thankful loanee that they gave us that played his part in walking back to Swansea with a winner's medal. Good old Nathan Dyer.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few teams that have probably written this season off. I mean, we don't know what happens. Stranger things have happened. We've seen a few bottom to the not the top, but bottom to the playoff dashes over the course of the last few seasons. I think Huddersfield and the Tree Shaggers are two clubs we can mention in that aspect that have gone from bottom to the playoffs and that. But I think a lot of fans, even the most pessimistic of Swansea fan, would still be disappointed that they are where they are in the league because they felt like a team that you always expect to be in and around there, Chris. If not in that top mix, maybe that top 8.
Well, they were 10th last season, so this is a bit disappointing. They probably would have expected to do better than they are doing. But just to mention, and if anybody hasn't read it yet, every Tuesday on the BBC website, the short way of getting to do it is bbc.co.uk/ there we go, indeed, LCFC, or you can go the long way, bbc.co.uk/sport/football/teams/Leicester-City. The fans' voice every Tuesday, me, and the title of my piece today is me. Yeah, it's me, him. Selling Dewsbury Hall could be financial disaster.
Wow, it's a good job they asked you this. After what I said earlier, you can tell that Chris was asked to do this before
yes.
today, but you were very
well.
right.
We were allowed to make changes if anything happened between writing it, because they did want it this week to have a bit of a. Obviously, with the transfer window theme to it, so they did sort of say, look, yes, if you write it and then whatever you do, you need to change it at all. We can do that. So, but all I said was like, the money that, and you can read it as I say at www.bbc.co.uk/. You're getting it, mate. LCFC. We'd be losing more because I think if we sold him, it could be the difference between us sort of going up and ending up in the playoffs, which, as we know, is a lottery. So we've got Jeff is in. Hello, Jeff. How are you? He's gone 2-0 to Leicester. So we've got a lot of people are being a little bit reserved. Kate's gone 2-1. I've gone 3-1. Spencer's gone 3-0. Brad has gone 2-0 because he's chickened out and not stuck to his original 3-0. When did you fly when you went down to Cornwall?
No, I drove down.
I know you have in the past. I just wondered whether you'd gone to the chicken desk. Anyway, Nate's gone 2-0 as well, as has Scott. Ben's gone 4-1. Good man, Ben. Gray's gone 2-0. Andreas has gone 4-0. Highfields has gone 3-1. And Jeff has gone, he's in there 2-0. Andreas, I got yours from earlier on that. Yeah, I don't think there's particularly. We don't need to we know what formation it's going to be, don't we? And you got 3 at the back, 2 just in front, Winks and Dewsbury Hall, with Ricardo coming forward, McAteer, Pratt, and Mavididi and Daka up front. A lot of responsibility, as Kate said, is on Daka.
Yeah, it is, because obviously, as I said earlier, there's a lot of people that don't seem to favour him. Cannon's obviously done tremendously well since his opportunity was given to him.
Yeah,
he already has 4 goals this season, I think, doesn't he? Getting assists as well. And he's quite versatile. He's not just to go forward straight through the middle of it. We've seen from where he's actually picked up the ball a few times. He's got, he's set up for Pratt for the 3rd against Birmingham. Tells you that he's not afraid to chase a lost cause like a certain Mr. Vardy has done throughout his career at Leicester. So, this is an opportunity for him. He's got to carry that line. He's got to continue to give Enzo that selection headache when it comes to his striker.
You can see why we've bought him now. I mean, I was very much like, all right, why have we bought somebody that was injured when we bought him? But I always said, didn't I? Let's not judge him until he's got minutes. And when he was given the minutes, as they like Daka, and it's a good headache to have. Who do my God, Daka was on form, and let's be honest with you, you don't know, would Cannon have got his chance when he did had Daka not been going to AFCON? I don't think so. You might have, if Zambia hadn't qualified, we might have seen Daka just carry on playing.
Well, yeah, I mean, form's form, and as frustrating as it would have been saying, well, we signed a striker in the summer and we're not using him, you also then turn around and go, well, you can't be in form. And you're right, Chris, it's a lovely headache to have. You'd rather have the headache of going, which informed striker do I pick, than going, oh, God, none of my strikers know what a goal looks like. Which one do I pick? Because one headache is definitely a lot easier to handle than the other as a manager. And look. And like I said, I am still a bit surprised, but then again, we've reiterated this enough this season. The midweek weekend games is probably why we've seen, like Kate said, that's why we're seeing Doyle potentially get 90 minutes tonight, because we're going to need these players throughout the rest of this season. So
the players are in the tunnel at the moment, mate. So
what are they doing hiding in there?
I don't know. I mean, what do you think? There's a match about to start, but let's be honest with you. If you're in the Black Country, there might be a fight going on that might be interrupted by a match to be played. But who knows?
Oh, you're frozen.
Welcome back to the 70s. Thanks so much. I'll see you at half time. The players are walking onto the pitch now. I'll see you at half time. Take care, buddy.
Take care, mate. Good luck.
Cheers. Nice to have you on. Thanks very much to Brad there. And it is the Watchalong.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch-Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Indeed. And let me catch up. So thank you very much. I am going to go off. I will be watching the game. We're all going to be at different times. Rules are, I don't want to know any of the results from any of the games. That will get you kicked. If you put any spoilers in at all about penalties, free kicks, corners, you get kicked. We've got a couple of mods in today. We got Gray, we got Nathan. I think Scott's gone, but they have my permission to kick out anybody that gives any any spoilers at all. So I don't expect to see any spoilers, and don't come running to me again. Oh, your mods have kicked me out. If you're stupid enough to put a spoiler in, you are going to get kicked. It is as simple as that. So here we go. Thank you very much. I'm going to say, and I probably won't be, well, I'll join in the odd bit of chat, but like I said, generally speaking, Nate and Gray will also be looking after the chat as well. So they will be answering any questions. There are 66 of you in, so please please do smash that likes button. And we're getting ready to go. And thank you to Gray. Thank you to Nate for looking after the chat for me. We've just got When You're Smiling being played. So a week to prepare for Swansea. They haven't played since last Thursday in the FA Cup. They played early. Ten points off playoff and 8 above relegation for Swansea. Russ, you've just got in there. You've just got in. Daka's going to be taking the kickoff. Referee's just checking with his linesman. But yeah, I got you in, Russ. Some players taking the knee, some not. And we're away. So you can see the clock there. That's where I'm at. Anybody, like I say, with any spoilers will be basically gone. Do I look too small on this, by the way? So Leicester now kicking from left to right, as they like to when they're playing at home. So the second half they can kick towards the Kop, and they are all in blue. Swansea kicking, obviously, therefore towards the Kop, right to left, and they're in there all white. Be all white. Thank you, Gray. Thank you, young man. They're all white with black trim, and the ball goes back to the Swansea goalkeeper. Coventry are due to kick. Coventry just kicked off. That's the other match today. Coventry City playing Bristol City. Come on, Bristol. Or did I say that out loud? Oh, there's a chance here now for... Oh, good save from Hermanson. Swansea were almost through then. Wow. That could have been that. We needed Hermanson to make a save very early on there. We needed him then. That was bad defending. So an early scare there. Is we Hall onside here? Yes! Yeah, get in! 2 minutes on the clock. A brilliantly through ball. Kieran Dewsbury Hall gets the ball. He runs onto it. And Miles, there was no defending. The defending from Swansea was absolutely awful. KDH. 2 minutes gone. Kieran Dewsbury Hall. It was Daka with the assist. Played it through. Oh, what a goal. He took it brilliantly. Wow, that's an early goal. That's going to give us... We could go on here and we could get loads.
Go! Back of the net.
Wow. No VAR. Was it offside? Well, the linesman didn't give it. I did actually have to sort of do a moment. I just sort of stopped and thought, well, is it offside? But no, it was a brilliantly goal. Daka's back. Daka gets an assist. KDH, wow. As Andreas says there, wow, indeed, Andreas. I don't think we are. Jeff, we've all done that, mate. I can remember years ago, I did a thing with, I wrote with, there's the guy who went to Palace, Schlupp. And I wrote, what the hell is Schlupp doing? Get him off. And literally, as I pressed send, he scored. Oh, nearly a second there for Leicester. Wow. The Leicester corner. Well, we've taken this game by the scruff of the neck. I mean, Swan. I mean, I've got to be honest with you. I know Chickenhead was saying, wasn't he? He's given up with this team this season. Swansea fan, but my God, what an awful start! So it's a corner. Oh, and Faz got the ball, but it was like a bit high, let's say. I sat on my booster cushion. Well, what a start! 1-0 to Leicester. Trapper Surge, hello from Pennsylvania. Welcome along, sir. How the devil are you? What a start. What a start for Leicester. I mean, they've got a player down at the moment, but it's been all Leicester. In the first 5 minutes, we've had a corner, we've had a goal. I'm going to say welcome to Patrick. Hello. Okay, that's my Patrick impression. Welcome along, Craig. How you doing, mate? What are you doing tomorrow? That's a long stop there for the Swansea player going down. But it's 1-0 to Leicester. LCFC's in. Good evening, LCFC. How are you doing? I mean, yeah, you put 5 past them, didn't you, Craig, in the cup? Because Bournemouth are playing Leicester in the FA Cup at Bournemouth. It's not that end that I'm worried about, Craig. And we're playing Bournemouth. It's down the road. And of course, being a Leicester fan away, and it is a small ground, to put it politely, Bournemouth, I'm sure I will have some very, very good Bournemouth friends that will do their best to help me out with tickets. Hi, Craig. Thank you for the thing with Chickenhead, by the way, and the idea and the link to get hold of him. At the moment, it's all Leicester. I don't know. Swansea now, they've got to go for it, but if they go for it, they're just going to get Leicester a lot sort of more space at the back. At the moment, it's all going on. They had that early chance. They're just giving the ball away again now. Vestergaard. Indeedy. What am I saying, Indeedy? What am I saying? Mavadidi. I can't have you on my channel, mate. If you do, I won't get a word in. Now, McAteer, no, now the flag goes up. Just then the flag had stayed down and it goes up. If you're not doing a watch along, Craig, we will be doing a watch along. If I can't get tickets, I'll be doing a watch along. You're welcome to come on either pre-match, half-time, and post-match. This bit I just do on my own, to be honest with you. Exactly, Spencer. Exactly. I went 3-1 LCFC. Now McAteer is through now. Oh, just couldn't quite get the ball across to Daka. Daka was up there. Maybe McAteer should have gone for it himself. Unselfishly tried to cut it across, but Daka was being matched stride for stride by the Swansea defender, and he managed to get in. But I mean, again, we're just going over the top here at ease. Had that Swansea defender not got the foot in the way, that would have been Daka in for the second. No, new manager, Luke. So I think giving him time. He's only been and they've given it away again. Oh, and then we gave it away, and then we gave a free kick away. I'll send you my address, Craig. I live in Leicester. Liz, hello. Oh, we got a Pennsylvania massive in. Mavadidi now. Oh, Daka has a shot there. I mean, it's just... I mean, I know we're only 10 minutes in, but Leicester are attacking when they want to. This is not going to end 1-0. We got the Pennsylvania massive in. Sorry. Forgive me. I know, that's why, Craig. No, I used to do watch-alongs with an away fan, if you remember, but this bit I prefer just to do now on my own. But you're welcome to join us sort of online pre half-time and full-time if you wish to. But if I can get tickets, although it's a very big, probably, I won't. But if I can, in any way, I'll be going with my son down to the match. Yes, Luke, they have. They've got a guy in that was Notts County manager. Can't remember his name, but he was at Notts County. But Michael Duff went a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. Hasn't made really much difference, as you can see. But he's taken over a pretty team that was worse than they were last season. Of course, last season, they've sold the best striker, of course. Luke Williams. Thank you, Craig. Knew you being useful one day. No, cheers, buddy. Luke Williams, that's it. I know. Now then, Leicester now. Oh, lovely touch there. Mavadidi and Winks, but Mavadidi can't really get it through to a Leicester player. Yeah, Perlo. They sold Perlo, didn't they? Now, though, they're coming through now, Swansea. Oh. A good defensive block there from Vestergaard. In fairness, Swansea aren't appealing for a penalty. They're not getting it. I don't think it was one. That could have been 1-1 had it not been for Vestergaard. Long ball through. But it's not for Dewsbury Hall this time. Then headed back to the Swansea goalkeeper who just plays it out now. Swansea coming out on the near side. Kicking from right to left. A long ball up. Oh, Ricardo doesn't get to it. It's going in. Oh! Just, that was, it was offside. It was offside. Yeah, if you haven't, well, you've got to subscribe if you want to chat, of course. Please like the video. It does help the channel so much. Gets us seen on home pages. Ricardo there trying to do a defensive bicycle kick, I think. We got away with one there. Swansea just showing there that, you know, we can't take them lightly. Faz to Vestergaard. Back to Hermansen, just outside the D. This time, I think Swansea are getting used to our balls over the top because they're dealing with them pretty well. But then, there we go, free kick. A referee, good ref in there, waiting to see, because Leicester had the ball, waiting to see whether, Daka went down, waiting to see if anything came of it. It didn't, and then he pulled the game back for the free kick. Good refereeing, I've got to say. Oh God, we just want these referees. I mean, you know, all right, we'll moan about the referees, and but I'd sooner have the referees we've got in this division than the referees that we have in the Premier League with VAR. Pratt back to his colleague Faz, who's, well, up and under and straight into the goalkeeper's arms in the box. Lee County, Pennsylvania, hotbed of Leicester City support. Swansea now playing it around the back on this near side. Now it's a long ball up. Is that going to go out? Yes, it is. It's a throw into Leicester. You know, they had the ball comfortably there, gave it away. Quick throw from Mavididi. Wasn't very good defensively, that wasn't, from Swansea. 15 minutes gone now. Leicester City, I would say, not taking advantage of being 1-0 up, but they're certainly taking it at their normal pace. We've got the early goal, but like Craig said earlier, because Craig and Bournemouth obviously played at the weekend, Swansea in the Cup. You know, you can be careful of them on the break. No Perlo, of course, but still can be a threat. But one of the things that Matthew said on the preview was that the defence was absolutely atrocious. He said that. Oh, Daka closing the goalkeeper down. Goalkeeper got away with it, though. I do feel, I don't know if anybody agrees with me here, but I do feel that... McAteer pulled back then. Free kick, yeah. Tiemann pulled McAteer down then. Mavididi. Dewsbury Hall crosses it in, but it's cut out. I was about to say before that happened, does anybody else feel the same? Are Leicester not sort of in top gear yet for this? He is actually. You know, he got the assist for the goal. Lovely ball through. 400 miles, that's down the road for you though, Nate, in America, isn't it? Dewsbury Hall now on the break. Crosses it! 2! Daka had the chance. Just as we said, it was looking sharp. Dewsbury Hall broke down the left-hand side. Crossed it in. Daka, I need to see that on the replay. Doyle across to Dewsbury Hall. pulls it across. Oh, Daka, I think he went to place it. Oh, and he he skied it. Well, he didn't sky it, he skimmed it. That was unlucky. That should have been 2-0. Should have been 2-0. That should have been 2. I've got to say, I can't really. He got his foot to it, but Swansea though now breaking away. Oh, Yates there went for the goal. Of course, Yates the signing to replace Perlow came in from Blackpool. I don't think it was good. Hermansen dived for it, but I don't think it was actually going to cause a lot of concern for him. We can't switch off. You know, whatever we say in this league, anybody can beat anybody. So Pratt back to Vestergaard now. Winks 1-2 with Vestergaard. McAteer here on the near side. Yeah, just a quick drive. It is though. McAteer, I was unlucky there. He didn't quite manage to take it down. It was a lovely ball through. We're getting the breaks. I feel like the second goal is coming. Daka should have got it. How's another Swansea player down, this time number 14. I know you got the greyhounds over there in America, but you fly everywhere, don't you? I mean, I've not been to America for like 40 odd years. Well, maybe about 35. And I remember that you used to get, if you wanted to go from A to B, you just got a flight. You didn't get the bus or the car. Anyway, Swansea coming forward on the far side. Right to left, remember Swansea. Still got the ball. Looking for the opening, back onto the edge. It's whipped in. Oh, it's a poor ball in. Goes all the way over, and it's going to go out for a Leicester throw in. Yes, it is. So 21 minutes gone. Leicester City 1, Swansea 0. At the moment, 59% possession to Leicester. I thought it would have been a lot more, to be honest with you. 4 shots for us, 2 on target. 2 shots for Swansea, 1 on target. This is one of those occasions where stats don't really tell you the full story, because at the moment, I'm going to regret saying this, aren't I? But Leicester look reasonably in control. And we just get the throw in there, Pratt off a player. So 119 of you in. I'm not sure what we are. What are we on the likes, guys? The free kick, is it? No. The Leicester player down, but the referee's not stopped the game. Hold your head, mate. Then it'll be held. Is it Daka? It is Daka that's down. Oh, that's me talking in the background. Right, so we've got 39 likes, 113 of you in. We need to get up to 50 by half time, please. That is the goal. So we've got 39 likes at the moment. And I've got to say 113 people in. Daka is getting some treatment at the moment. It's a little bit concerning. Don't forget, get yourself over to the BBC website and the Leicester City page, www.allthews.bbc.co.uk/LCFC for Tuesday's Fan Voice. And don't forget to check out surreyhillsradio.co.uk every morning between the hours of 7 and 10 with the Golden Breakfast Show. Again, with me, your congenial breakfast host on the radio, playing you all the music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and the odd one into the 2000s. And soon to be doing a show Friday nights at 10 o'clock, 10 till midnight, late night love songs with Dr. Love. Again on www.surreyhillsradio.co.uk, or ask your smart speaker to play Surrey Hills Radio, and it will do as it's told. So 24 minutes gone. Indeed I am, Gray. There is a free kick on the half, midway into the Leicester half, but it's right on the far side, almost on the edge of the pitch. Not a very good crossing. It's headed clear. And that was Pratt that headed that away. So they've got it now down on the near side. It's hooked back in for Swansea. It's over their head. Oh, but no, not cleared very well there. Oh, a shot in. A shot in from Swansea. Hermansen went down to his right. Yates again there. Yates is looking the main threat for Swansea. Oh, you can't beat a bit of a good piece of pork pie. You can keep your Stilton cheese, mate, but I'll have the fish and chips and pork pie. Where are you heading to, Jeff? If you come down south at all, we'll have to meet up. So, Hermansen underarm. Oh, excuse me. 1-2 again. 3-4. Between Vestergaard and Winks, then gets Ricardo involved. Now it's out to Faz. Red Leicester. You can't beat it, mate. You can't beat it. I was in London at the weekend. Oh, a bad clearance there. Intercepted by the Swansea player. I was in London. I was taken to a cheese market by my daughter. She was disgusted when I came home and just had some Red Leicester and biscuits. So Leicester got it back. Doyle on the far side. Chips it forward. Dewsbury Hall goes after it, but it's intercepted by Swansea player who's still got it. Don't know if Craig is still in from AFCB. So, playing dangerous game at the moment of Swansea. It falls to a Swansea player, gets it back to the goalkeeper. It's going to be a fair amount of stoppage time. Then we've had a couple of long stops, one for a Swansea player, one for Daka. Faz on the ball, he'll play it back to Hermansen. Yes, he does. I'll have safe journeys, Jeff. Safe journeys, mate. Indeed, Gray. Oh, Daka caught again. I mean, they're really going for Daka there, but these boots are offering no protection to the players. That's what you call it these days, is it, Craig? All I was going to say, Craig, was some will, some won't. So what next? So Fast has got the ball. Honestly, you can spend hours on Canva, can't you? But Mavadidi, they're a great takedown, and he's attacking into the box now. Oh, he loses out, but he's got it back. He's twisting and turning, looking for support. He's got it from Dewsbury Hall, who goes into the box now. Pratt. Doyle has a go, but it's cannoned, no pun intended, off a Swansea player and out for throwing at the far side. Yeah, I absolutely love Canva. As you could probably tell with all my thumbnails. Don't tell me, Gray. Oh, Faz, 1-2 with McAteer, and he gets a throw in. If you're telling me this, I'm going to have a look now, and I'll probably end up buying one. Oh, Dewsbury Hall there on the far side, takes it to the box, chips it across. Oh, it's up in the air. Oh, no. Oh. McAteer heads it into the goalkeeper's arms. That was a great cross there. Dewsbury Hall getting the ball on the far side, runs into the box, chips it up. Pratt tries to get his head on it. He can't, falls over. Then McAteer comes in behind and heads it, which he had to do, but he couldn't really get any force behind it, straight to the goalkeeper's arms. Oh, that yellow shirt. Yes, I've already got that one, Gray. I bought that one before Christmas, just before Christmas. Oh, Daka won the ball there, but it's judged to do it unfairly, and Swansea get a free kick. Yeah, I like that third yellow one. I bought that just before Christmas. I do like it. Proper yellow, that one. So with the goalkeeper playing it out to his defender on the near side for Swansea. Back to the goalkeeper. One Matt Elliott's wearing, I think, isn't it, Gray? Oh, it isn't grey, of course. It's yellow. Hey! So, we're going to be quiet. It was quite a frantic start. But now we've let Swansea get back into the game. So let Swansea back into the game. Sorry. I'm sorry, Luke. I think you're talking rubbish. Daka's had a good game. I mean, come on. He's come back from AFCON. He got back on Friday. It's now Tuesday, and he set the goal up. And he has been taken out a few times, so can't agree with you at all. I'm sorry. I think you're wrong there, but I respect your opinion, Luke. So now I'm not sure what's happening here because so my timing is a little bit out now. Don't care. He can be as flimsy as he wants as long as he scores the goal. But I just think Luke was being a little bit too harsh on him there. But it's all about opinions. I'm not saying I'm right. Free kick there to Leicester. McAteer pushed over. I totally respect Luke's opinion, of course. He's totally entitled to it. That's it. That's why we love football. You know, I think he's been okay. Like I say, you know, he's had a couple of fouls on him. One of them was he was down for quite a while. The game had to be stopped. I just feel like we have let them back in to the game. Leicester struggling at the moment, can't get the ball away. Faz playing head tennis. Is it me? Am I the only one that every time they say Darling, who's playing obviously for Swansea, I think of Blackadder? Again, it's something we're not doing. We're not killing games off, are we? So Peterborough beating Wimbledon. Palace are losing to Sheffield United. James McAtee has just scored for Sheffield United. Swansea arguing there. I think he felt he should have had a free kick. So we're back to 10 points ahead of Ipswich at the moment. We have played a game more, of course. And they, of course, are going to be out of the FA Cup, having lost to Maidstone. I would agree with you, Jeff. I'm just not sure whether, you know, this team that was scoring 3 and 4 earlier in the season, I don't know if I can see that happening now. Is that because we haven't got Fatawu, perhaps? Anyway, Ricardo now on the near side. Plays it back to Faz. Back to Vestergaard. Will go back all the way back to Hermansen. So a striking position I don't know. I think it might happen at 4:00 in the morning, Luke, and you'll hear before we do. So Leicester now coming forward with KDH. Oh, just plays the ball through a bit too hard. It's put out for throw in. I don't know what's happening here because my this is annoying because my stream is absolutely not. You know, the actual commentary is not actually matching up the. Right. The long ball up from Rushworth. Tries to find the Swansea player down the left-hand side with a little bit too much speed on it, and it goes out for throw-in. No, mate, Spencer, I think it's his third game on Saturday. Chester, we started off really well, but we've just basically gone into let's hold on to what we've got mode. Is this his third one, Jeff? Dewsbury Hall playing very deep here at the moment. Dewsbury Hall. Was Birmingham not his first game? Thought Birmingham was his first game. Now then, Swansea here on the edge of the area. Darling again. So Swansea coming forward now. I've got this sinking feeling. Yeah, because he missed the Ipswich game, then he missed the Birmingham game, and I guess this is his third game. So yes, he should be back. He should be back. No, I think you're right. Yeah, haven't we all? But I forgot to do them. I was in London at the weekend with my daughter. Forgot to do the predictions. I just presumed there was no games because of the FA Cup. But you are right on this occasion, Jeff. I bow to you, your superior knowledge, sir. So yes, we should have Fatawu back. Let's hope he doesn't go all gung ho because he is back. Doyle gets the throw in on the far side, gets the ball off for Enzo, but no. Been given to Swansea. So Darling's going to take it. I love saying that. They're back with the Swansea keeper. Promised a lot this game, and it hasn't really delivered yet. It's Daka nearly got it then, but he wasn't expecting it. In fairness, so I think it caught him out a little bit. It was a bit of a rebound that went to him. 43 minutes gone, just coming up to. Like I say. Matt Elliott's just saying here, you know, 1-0 up after, 3 minutes. I thought we would have been killing the game off. Swansea played it dangerously at the back there. Now Swansea are breaking. Out to the left here. Played inside. Good move here by Swansea. One of the better ones. Chips the ball in! Oh! Vestergaard got his foot in the way there. Managed to get it away. Pratt, though, has got it. He hit Pratt's hand, but he got away with that one. Oh, long ball that doesn't work that time, but Mavadidi now. He's got Daka on the left. He has a shot! It hits a save onto the crossbar. Wow, I thought Mavadidi might have gone to the left of him and to Daka, but it doesn't. Shot saved onto the crossbar. Have a look at this. Yeah, I mean, why not have a go? Why not have a go? Did the goalkeeper get a touch on it? It was a good save. It was a good save. Daka now. Oh! KDH to Daka. Daka high and over. Sorry, Luke. I think you're being very unfair. I think you're letting your love affair for Cannon overtake. I think we're all surprised that Daka started. I have to be honest with you. If Cannon had started, I wouldn't have been surprised. Don't let it get too personal, mate. Did you not like him when he was scoring 3 or 4 goals for us before AFCON, or did you still hate him when he was scoring all those goals for us? Just wondering, Luke. Yeah, well, Cannon's only done it once, mate. You know, Daka got, was it 4 goals or something? Cannon's got 4. Calm down, Luke. Fair play, mate. Calm down. We paid more than that for Slimani, mate. Obviously, scoring 4 goals in however many is not up for you, is it, Luke? So Manson collects it. I think we've got about a minute and a half of the 4 minutes left. And they wonder why we sent all the criminals over to Australia, eh, Luke? Slimani was a waste of money. Every team's had some bad players. Like I say, he's not having the best of games, Daka. I won't say he's, you know, he's David Beckham in this game, but he did play the through ball for KDH to score. I just think, guys, John, if it wasn't for Daka, we wouldn't be 1-0 up. Swansea now. Oh. Imagine the whistle's going to go in a minute. A man says absolutely in no hurry. I'm just going to be careful. He's going to get booked for wasting time. There it is, half-time whistle. I will be back in a few minutes, guys. Going to go and water the plants. Do not go away. Do not touch that dial. If you've got something to do while I'm away, please smash that likes button.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Hello, Matt Elliott here.
Hi, Alan Smith here.
Hey guys, Ian Hume here.
Hi everybody, Jerry Taggart here.
Be sure to watch
Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV
for all the latest Leicester City news and information.
You can also subscribe on YouTube and various social media channels
for the latest updates and news on Leicester City Football Club.
Come on, you foxes!
Hello, Brad.
Hello, Chris.
Well, we all got all excited, and after 3 minutes, I thought, here we go, 9-0, bring it on. But no.
No, and we probably have ourselves to kind of blame for that because we completely stunned and shell-shocked. I'm trying to sit middle, sorry. I'm trying to sit more central to the screen. For you all. We kind of caught Swansea off guard, shell-shocked them a little bit. And when you do that to teams, you normally find you have a 15-minute spell where you completely overawe them. And he's already getting stick. I can see it in the comments, and rightly so, because it is a miss. But Daka had the chance. And you do feel, Chris, don't you? If Daka side-footed that into the back of the net, we could be talking about a completely different scoreline at half time.
Yeah, I don't think he deserves the flack he's getting. I mean, Luke was saying that he was joking, but let's be honest with you, if it wasn't for Daka, we wouldn't be 1-0 up.
No, that's very true. Again, it's easy to forget what these players do.
They're just showing it now. I mean, it was through the Swansea player's legs. He nutmegged him.
Yeah, he did. He gave him the nutmeg and he set Dewsbury Hall on his way. Like you said, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be 1-0 up because another player might not have made that pass. And also, Chris, I know Luke's joking. I know Luke's part of the gang now, so we can say he's joking and not have a go at him for him. But
I don't know. I can take him out if you don't. Never wind me up when I'm on a match day, Luke. That's all I'll say because what I normally find funny, I don't when I'm doing a match watch along.
Yeah, and especially if we're losing. Never do it if we're losing or drawing or playing badly at any aspect.
I have kicked out many a good friend.
Yes, you have. You have. You've apologised to a few, and they've apologised to reverse, but it's not always the case. But for me, I just wonder what would their reaction have been if that was Vardy or Cannon that had missed it. Would we have gone, it's a sitter, but
I've just put him in a timeout now. That would teach you, Luke.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Bad Luke, naughty Luke. I'm sure you're still watching in the background, but you're not the Messiah. You're a very naughty boy.
He's Australian. He's a con man.
Yeah,
that was the word I was looking for. Yeah, and we've rode our luck a few times as well. But look, I mean, they look awful at the back, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They look at sixes and sevens, and I until the game sort of settled down and Swansea got some form of a foothold. This broadcast is not sponsored by Thatcher's Gold, but should be. Hint, hint.
It's sponsored by Thatcher's Gold. My favourite. Yeah, if you like a nice, fresh apple cider, Thatcher's Gold is the one for you.
That is very true. But yeah, once Swansea settled down a bit, it became a little bit less ominous. But Mavididi has been having some real joy on that left-hand side. I mean, what a save we have to say by their keeper late on in that half to stop Leicester actually doubling their lead. I mean, he tips onto the bar, which is absolutely crucial in that moment. But for the first 15, 20 minutes, McAteer was having a field day on his side of the field, on the right-hand side as well. So one thing that annoys well, sorry, Chris. The one thing that is slightly annoying me, and we actually talked about this in the preview up to the game, didn't we, Chris? In like the pre-match of the show, the crowd, they obviously sensed blood. They felt that Swansea were a bit wobbly at the knees, and then because Leicester played like Leicester have the season and patiently passed it around and sent it back, you had the crowd getting on their back a little bit, which it's like that's not what you need when you want a lot.
No, but the thing is, at one, I mean, look, let me go through my notes here. 1 minute 20, Hermansen saved due to bad defending. 3 minutes, 1-0 up, KDH, Daka through to KDH. 4 minutes, we had our first corner. 10 minutes, I've written Leicester just attack when they want. 30 minutes, Vestergaard, good defending. And fairness, at 18 minutes, if you're still listening, Luke, Daka wide should be 2-0. Yates is the main threat for Swansea. We have let them back into this game. We at 1-0 up after 3 minutes. There's no way that we should be looking at this game and thinking, we've still got to be a bit careful. They can still hit us on the break. We should have killed that game off. We didn't. At 1-0, it's almost like we've got Brendan back in. Somebody said earlier in the chat, we should have killed. We should have gone for the jugular.
Well, we did in a way. We did go for the jugular. We just weren't we weren't anywhere near as clinical as we were in that first 3 minutes, Chris. Because Daka did have that glaring chance, and it was a glaring miss. As much as we defend him, it was a bad miss. Unfortunately, he almost got it right. I mean, he side-footed it into the empty area of the goal. Unfortunately, he kept going past the post. He had another chance presented to him later on, which he lashed over the bar. Mavididi hit the his shot was actually well saved by the keeper and tipped onto the bar. And you can tell how good and a vital save it was because it actually hit the bottom of the bar and bounced down and out. Had he got any lesser contact on him, he might have tipped it onto the underside of the bar and still gone in. So Leicester have tried to go for the jugular, but maybe they're like a doctor trying to operate after a few beers and they're a bit wobbly with trying to find the jugular to go for it because that is probably the only downside to that first half performance. The one thing you will say that does hold Leicester instead is that they've at least taken one of them chances. So it's not like you're going in at halftime like Birmingham fans were in the cup game and thinking, oh, we might live to regret that because if these keep coming, they'll probably get a goal. You do feel that if Leicester can keep that control and start the second half the way they kind of started and ended the first half, if you will, that we will get the win. But we do need to kill teams off. We've had too many close calls this season, in recent weeks as well. So it would be nice.
That said, I'm going to probably surprise you after everything I've said. I would probably bring Cannon on.
No, I get that. It's instinctive to make a decision, and you've actually look at where Daka's running into space and running, his second attempt where he was on the left-hand side of Dewsbury Hall because Dewsbury Hall had managed to get into the middle. I think you said, I think you'd say that Tom Cannon would be there in that position. So that, it was very much like for like in terms of what they're going to offer and be able to do. I would still say give it 10, 15 minutes because,
I wouldn't argue with that. I just think, look, he's had tournament football, which is more. I know we've been playing, weekend, midweek, weekend sort of thing, but tournament football still, a bit of extra pressure comes with that. And he only got back on Friday after all, or Thursday, whenever it was. So I'm still, he's done 45 minutes. We've got two strikers on the bench. Look, Vardy got one at the end of the thing. I think the only way Vardy scores, though, is if Albrighton comes on. And I don't think McAteer's been that bad. I mean, Daka got a knock anyway. JJ, actually, I've got to say that Kate messaged me. JJ got a knock at the end of the last game.
That explains why he's not on there. That does explain why he's not.
That will explain. Luke has come in the background, but I've only got it set up for 2. We're about to go back. Luke, come on at half time, mate. Oh dear! Look. There you go. We'll do that. That's the best we've seen Luke for ages.
Yeah, in fact, no. Go back to the other side and put your head in the middle so no one can see you. We don't want that one. He's tripping out there, isn't he?
Hang on a second. Hang on. There he is. I'm going to have to say hello and goodbye because we're about to kick off. So we'll see you all at full time. Take care, guys.
See you later.
Sorry, Luke. Did Luke have a vest on then? I think Luke has got a vest on. And we're off. Love you, Luke. Love you, mate. Sorry. You literally come in just as we were about to kick off the second half. But here we go. Look, 1-0 up. 60 likes. Thank you so very much, guys. Can we get that up to 100? There's 113 in. Now, Leicester have been a bit susceptible to taking to them scoring and conceding an early goal, shall we say, in the second half. Wondering why I couldn't hear anything because I haven't got my headphones in. Now, Kieran Dewsbury Hall's bringing it through the centre. Purposeful run. Daka there, but it's a little bit too hard for Daka. I'm sure everybody will shout at that. He wasn't quick enough. Should have run onto that. A bit too far ahead for him. Luke, were you wearing a vest? You look like Brit Abroad vest. You just needed a white hanky on your head, mate. Doug is in. Good evening, Doug. How are you? John, I've got to agree with you. Like I say, we should have killed the game off. And not just with Daka, but with other players as well. And we're now defending Swansea coming forward, as we always seem to at the end, at the start of the second half. It's a free kick to Swansea. Almost level with the penalty box, but at the edge of the pitch on the near side. Swansea, remember, in all white with a black trim, kicking from left to right. Leicester in their home kit of all blue, kicking from right to left towards the Kop end. But it's a free kick to Swansea. Number 12 to take it, I think it is for Swansea. No, he leaves it. Comes in, and it's headed clear. Aberdeen now trying to battle for it. It's a throw-in, though, for Swansea. Almost at the same point where they had the free kick from. Yeah, they went out. Oh, good header by Faz there. But we still can't get it clear at the moment. This is Leicester all over at the start of the second half. Oh, but we've given it away. This is always Leicester at the start of the second half. No, I agree with you, though, John. But look, we're top of the league. If it ends 1-1, we'll have our moan at the end of the game. But I take your point. And yeah, Zambia didn't win a game, Doug. There are 2 draws and a loss. So Daka only got back, I think it was on Thursday or Friday. Doug, I haven't, to be honest with you. I've wanted a break. I went to London with my daughter. I didn't even watch the Birmingham match. We didn't do a prediction show on Friday. I didn't do a watch along. Got back Sunday night. Did the programs on Monday. Sometimes it's just nice to be with the family. Family always come first. Yeah, that's what I say, though, Jeff. You need the matching handkerchief. He was only halfway there. Hermanson. Vestergaard back to Hermanson. There we go. We're messing about at the back again, John. Oh, Doyle. Oh, he's giving the ball away there. We've now that Swansea got a throw in and are on the attack with a good ball, with a good break, but he's unfortunately didn't do much with it, straight to Hermansson's arms. Messing about at the back again. Totally what your point there, John. Oh, come on, Leicester. We are messing about at the back. Oh, Swansea at the moment. We've seen this so many times this season. We just mess about the second half. Sunday, yes, we do. Love the name, mate. Yes, we do. I don't know if he can carry I don't think anybody can carry off a cardigan like Scott Parker can. Oh, for fuck's sake, Leicester, come on! Jesus fucking Christ. Now Dewsbury Hall's giving it away. God's sake, all this pissing about at the back. Now, Leicester, can we actually get the ball forward now? No, we can't. No, fucking shit again. Have Leicester started the season well and are actually getting worse as the season goes on? Doyle, now, off Vestergaard. Long ball across field to McAteer. Takes it down well. Lovely ball to... Oh! That should have been a second. Doyle, lovely ball across. Over to McAteer. To Pratt to cross it. Dewsbury Hall misses it. Now then, come on, everybody. If that had been Ducky, you'd have been saying how shit he was. Come on. Dewsbury Hall, he's shit, isn't he? He should have got that. What's he doing on the pitch? Swansea player trying to get a free kick there. Come on, everybody. Where were you all saying how shit KDH is? I've been Daka. You've been going, oh, Daka's rubbish. Daka's rubbish. Exactly, Jeff. But of course, because it's KDH, we all have favourites. We all have favourites, but we can't complain about one and then not complain about the other. You know, and when two players do the same thing, you've got to say the same about each player. Doug, we're not interested. It's the Premier League, mate. We're not really shit about the Premier League. If we'd got into this second half 2-0 up, we wouldn't have had to been worrying about that sort of first 5-10 minutes into the second half. Hermansson having to run all the way out here. Again, Leicester now not taking control of the game. Well, Sunday, he missed 2 chances and everybody's saying that Daka was shit. But they've not, they've been rather quiet when it's come to KDH. Luke, John, where are you? So it's a substitution here at 53 minutes. So Pratt comes off. And Eunice comes on. I mean, you know, in fairness, Sunday, he only just got back on Thursday. And it's now Tuesday. So Sunday he got back Friday and he's playing Tuesday. And he's been in cup competitions. But look, you know, KDH has come out allegedly, according to the Daily Mail, and said that he's not interested in going to Brighton anyway, Doug. So Dewsbury Hall booked. Get him off. So it's a free kick here to Leicester, to Swansea, sorry. Probably bought it, but, you know, there we go. The joy of no VAR. Referee's job would be a lot easier if none of the players cheated. And I'm including Leicester players. I mean, Vardy likes to try and get a penalty, doesn't he? It's chipped in. Oh. Darling goes wide from Darling. Darling was unmarked in the box. Yeah, I agree, son. I was surprised he started. I would have thought he might have only been on the bench, but look, we've got all four strikers fit at the moment. Oh no, well, Kelechi is obviously still on AFCON duty. So we've got Vardy and Cannon both on the pitch. I'm sure Daka will come off soon. But he supplied the assist for the goal. McAteer got the foul there, but the referee again had let play go on to see if Leicester could get anything. I do like this referee. I do like this referee. I don't think we're ever going to get to a stage where players don't try and con the referee, and therefore I don't think we'll ever be in that sort of position. Vestergaard to Ricardo, back to Vestergaard. Remember Leicester kicking from right to left. Back towards the Kop, a long ball up. Daka, can he get through to it? No, he had two defenders on him. 67 likes, guys, 130 in the chat. So Swansea now on the far side. They dropped it in, but took a Ricardo deflection for a corner. Good defending there by Ricardo. 132 people in. Let's get those likes up. Corner now to Swansea. I'm not sure. This is the second corner of the game, possibly. And it's on the far side. Of course, they're kicking left to right of Swansea. And it's going to be a long one into the box. A lot of players back for Leicester. Oh, didn't really deal with it very well, Leicester. Managed to get it clear, but it was shot back in from Swansea. Poor shot, poor effort, really. Went well wide. But at the moment, the bit there, it was ping pong in the Leicester box. Swansea player down at the moment. Swansea are going to make a substitution. Either that or they've got a strippogram on the halfway line. But I think they are going to make a substitution. I think this was a player that went down in the first half with a knock. Was it? I mean, yeah, they're just saying, but it was bouncing around. Look, if he's going to be replaced and he's injured, get him off the pitch and get on with the game. Looks like Darling's going off. Well, Darling is going off. Kyle Norton about to come on. Didn't he used to play for Leicester? So, yeah, finally he gets up onto his feet and gets off. I'm sure Kyle Norton used to play for us. So Harry Darling is off. And Kyle Norton is coming on. Yeah, 2010-11 was it? I think did we have him on loan or something? So 60 minutes in to the game. Swansea are definitely still in it, Matt. There's a short goal kick to Vestergaard. Got a bit of a look about him as Luke Williams, a bit of an Enzo look about him. That's it. I thought you. Thank you, Nate. Harry Winks fouled, yes, yeah. It's a free kick to Leicester on the near side. Well, don't worry, Luke, you might be down again this season if you get a points deduction. Senzi isn't done yet, mate. I don't know, this is Leicester. Leicester can make a snail look fast. I'll tell you. Jeff, you're quite right, mate. I couldn't argue with any of that. This is deja vu, isn't it? You know, Leicester, we've kept the ball, but we're very lucky there. I mean, I didn't think Pratt was having too bad a game. Eunice hasn't really done anything since he came on. Ricardo trying to get round the back, which is done. Oh, plays it back, but it goes straight to a Swansea player. No. It's a good move by Ricardo. Took it round the back, managed to keep it in, played it back into the box, but it went to a Swansea player, not to a Leicester player. Thing is, though, Craig, if there is a riot, nobody will turn up because they won't be able to get there because all the cars haven't got wheels on. So it'll be a very small riot. Can you imagine that? Rioting because you get points deduction for cheating? No. I mean, you cheat. You shouldn't have a points deduction, should you? One 0 65 minutes just coming up to. Substitution hasn't really made any difference to us. It's with Doyle here on the left. McAteer, it's across to McAteer. Offside? Oof. Doug, it's the best, mate. It's the best. That and Magnus. But I've got to say, you know, anybody from Thatcher's Gold is watching. Look, it matches the shirt. If you want to sponsor a show. Now Leicester actually coming forward. Oh! Over the crossbar from McAteer there. Wow, did it take a deflection? I'm not sure it did. No, I don't think it did. I just like apple cider, mate. Yeah, had a great time. Thanks, Doug. Daka there chasing the goalkeeper down, but the goalkeeper clears it all the way upfield with a long ball. Oh, Ricardo gives the ball away. Oh, God. Ricardo, bad defending there. Don't know what he was doing. Let's get rid of Ricardo. He's rubbish, isn't he? Ricardo's just my cider. Ricardo's my preferred drink. Cider's my preferred drink whenever, Jeff. Swansea coming forward now. Now Kieran Dewsbury Hall. He's got the freedom of the King Power, and he doesn't control it. Fucking wanker. I mean, Jesus Christ. Thursday, Doug. So Doyle with the free kick. Honestly, that was a chance, and KDH just did not control it. Let's get rid of KDH. That's two mistakes he's made. Daka's through now. Daka. Oh, penalty. Daka has earned us a penalty. I'm surprised Daka didn't take a shot there. He seemed to hang on and hang on and hang on. The guy came at him. Well, I've got to say, I think we got. Well. I don't think that's a penalty. I do not think that's a penalty. I think we got one there. Navadidi's going to take it. The goalkeeper's having a drink. Why do the goalkeepers need to drink so much? They do fuck all. They don't exactly do a lot of running about. I don't know. Just Matt Elliott is saying, and I'm not sure that VAR would have given that. Right, here we go. Quarter of the game left. Mavadidi takes a few strides back, 4 or 5 strides back. He's centre on the ball. Yes! Get in Mavididi! Penalty! Should it have been a penalty? I don't know. I don't fucking care. It's 2-0 Leicester. Now let's settle down. Now let's just control the game. Leicester City 2. Swansea 0. Penalty. Mavididi. Good night, Vienna. Here we go. To Leicester City. Mavididi confidently strolled up, took it 70 minutes. Mavididi and Daka 1-2. Nice touch. QPO still got it. Mavididi. Daka doesn't come off. I think Daka needed. Well, does Daka need to come off? He just won us a penalty. I mean, everybody that say, "Well, Daka's useless. Daka's useless." He's applied the assist for KDH. He's won the penalty for Mavididi. That's not bad. That's not bad. Just what we needed. It was, Jeff, just what we needed. Kyle, hello to 3 points. We need it. Yeah, get in. And they're giving it away now. Dewsbury Hall! Yes! 3-0! 3-0! Eunice, second goal in 2 games. Swansea made a fuck up of it in the back. Ball ended up with Dewsbury Hall. It bounced away. Literally a minute and a half between the goals. And it's 3-0. And Eunice gets his second goal. Second goal in 2 games. He's got a huge smile on his face. I've got a huge smile on his face. Watch that. So, I mean, come on. I mean, that is killing a game off. I mean, you know, Swansea just could not get it clear. It fell to Dewsbury Hall. He made a bit of a mess of it. Yes, I'm not going to lie. It bounced off a few people. But you know what? It doesn't matter because Eunice was there. Eunice said, I'm having this. Put it away, bottom corner. Good night, Vienna. Look, mate, he's earned the penalty. He's done an assist. I extend nothing for your viewing pleasure, young Craig. How very, very dare you, sir? Don't you be casting aspersions like that. Nothing is extended. And if it is, you wouldn't know the difference. Let's get the 4. Well, at the moment, Brad went 3-0. He dropped it to 2-0. That's Brad's predictions for you. I've gone 3-1. I hope I'm wrong. He's only got one, Liz. He got the breakaway there. Swansea played the ball out. It went to KDH, but he couldn't get it away, and it ended up falling to Eunice, who got the third goal. Oh, 3-0. Come on, Leicester. This is what we want. Don't be sorry. It doesn't matter, Chris. It doesn't matter, Liz. Do not worry. And how are you doing, mate? How the devil are you? Mate, honestly, I wish I could afford all the travelling. I'm going to come to a game soon. I've got to. But it'd be a pleasure to meet up with you again, Ant. If you ever want to come on the channel, you're more than welcome. I can send you the link and we can get you on. Are you not there tonight, mate? Lovely to see you, Ant. Mate, you always made me smile. You always made me smile. That is what we've been missing, killing teams off. Ant, who used to sit behind me when I had my season ticket. What a man. What a man. Hope you're well, Ant. Hope you are very well, sir. I think both of us have, had health problems. Right, mate. Never mind. But nice to see you in. Nice to see you in. Liz, I think we found your favourite player, haven't we? Oh, now then. Again, they give it away again. Dewsbury Hall. Oh, Eunice wasn't quite on the same wavelength as KDH there. Now Leicester again. Dewsbury Hall again. McAteer does shoot, but it goes straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. 3-1, mate. Great minds. Great minds. Yeah, do hit the lights, please. Yeah, would love to get you on sometime, Ant. Are you on Twitter at all, Ant? Or X, as it now is? Well, that was an interesting 5 minutes. As they say, that escalated very quickly. Now Leicester are playing like with Barcelona at the moment. I don't risk saying that. Yeah, I'd love to have you on, mate. One of the shows. Mavadidi now down the left-hand side. Doyle ran past him, but he's gone inside to Dewsbury Hall. Back to Winks. Ricardo. Winks, Ricardo, Dewsbury Hall now. Now Doyle gets it just inside the own half, but he goes back to Vestergaard. Cannon and Albrighton are warming up, but Leicester here. Oh, Vestergaard. Just. Oh, no, that was offside. He looked offside. So, changes now for Leicester City. The substitutions on the 79th minute. Albrighton is on for McAteer. And Cannon is on for Daka. Oh, yep, they're just saying that Cannon got an assist against Birmingham as well. So Patson Daka is off, number 20. And number 28, Tom Cannon, is on. And Albrighton has come on for McAteer. Now, that just goes completely that and I'm laughing because it just shows a couple of substitutions here for Swansea as well. Just shows that Brad and me know absolutely nothing about football. Because we said if Albrighton comes on, you know Vardy's going to come on. And we got it wrong again. I mean, what do we know? Absolutely nothing. Me thinks he might be a little bit sarcastic there, Jeff. Liam Cullum is off for Swansea. And Ollie Cooper is on. Still defending well for Leicester. Keeps it in. 80 minutes on the clock. There will be some stoppage time. Oh. Well, I mean, after the Birmingham game, I mean, nobody had a very good first half. I didn't see it, but from what people have said, but in the second half, yeah. But Enzo said he wanted more from Eunice. John Jacobs, hello, sir. Welcome along. You had a great first half, mate. And another day, another match, got your shooting boots on, you'd have gone into half time 3-0 up against us, mate. And we just scored after half time, which made the difference. Dewsbury Hall coming forward. But fair play to Birmingham. That first half, you were very good. Oh, fast there. Nearly gives it away. But Eunice now. Albrighton. Are you glad to be rid of Rooney, by the way, John? Yeah, local game for me, Kyle. Oh. Albrighton couldn't get onto the end of the pass across field. 3-0, 8 minutes to go. You would think any other team, you'd be saying, yep, that's it. 3 points is on the way. But this is Leicester. So Ricardo pulls it away. Winks. And the Olays finally start. Matt Elliott asking for the Olays. They finally get it. Cannon was there. They put their hands up, the Swansea defenders, and it did go for offside. Well, we were all saying, weren't we? Like, my God. Yeah, I got your invitation, Mike. I joined your new page. Swansea coming away here. Doyle just sees the ball out, and it's going to be a goal kick. No, Vestergaard, sorry, just seeing the ball out. Sorry. It'd be interesting one, Gray, with Bournemouth, because if we got Man City or Liverpool or one of those sort of teams, you've been thinking, well, we're not going to win this. But with Bournemouth, and no disrespect, I know Craig's watching, no disrespect to Bournemouth, but if we got Liverpool or one of those teams, we couldn't look at that and go, let's judge how far we've come. But with Bournemouth, they're sort of a team that we would probably think we've got a chance against if we do get promotion. So Swansea have the ball with Joe Allen. I know, John. It was the name, wasn't it, rather than his management ability. I think you did the right. I think you got a good manager now. You got a very, very good manager. I wouldn't mind if Swansea scored. I'd get 3 points in the prediction league, so I wouldn't moan at that. Oh, good defending. Up Doyle. Manages to get it to Mavadidi. Norton's gone down, but no, it's gone out. Is it a corner? Yeah, it's a corner. Leicester messing about a bit again. Oh, you know when we're up on the games, pretty much say 5 minutes to go plus stoppage, and we're 3-0 up, that we're arguing over who's going to get 3-1 or 3-0 for the prediction league. You're right. Don't worry, Jeff, because I didn't predict any of the weekend games. I completely forgot that there was any games on with it being FA Cup weekend. So I didn't predict any weekend games at all. So offside from the corner. So it's a free kick to Leicester. Faz. Vestergaard at the back. Spencer, no scores, mate. Another change for the Foxes. So Nelson is coming on. KDH is coming off. Reiki is coming on. And Vestergaard is off. How dare they? How dare they? Vestergaard off for Nelson. Welcome along, Daly. How are you doing? You're still welcome along, Daly. You're still welcome. 149 of you watching. Let's see how many likes we've got. Oh, 76 likes. Come on, guys. We need 25 likes to get to the 100. There's 145 of you in and only 77 likes now. Come on. Hello, Anthony. Yeah, it's a great. It was looking a bit worrying for a while, but we've kind of killed the game off finally. Oh, Swansea there, nearly getting in for a goal to get me 3 points in the prediction league. Yeah, that really, I mean, another team could have scored there. Yeah, Faz didn't really draw, though he was pushed, I think, a little bit. So, Reiki, the lad that we got from Aston Villa, have we actually bought him? They're singing my song. I can hear them singing my song, guys. If Sens is watching this, in the first half, he might have been thinking, but in the second half, he might even be thinking, I'm not going to get in this team. So, Winks has got the ball off Nelson, plays it back to Faz. Faz with a long ball up. It's not going to reach Mavadidi. It's headed out by Swansea players who tried to come away, but Doyle more than looks after it. 6 minutes. Wow. Swansea can't get away at the moment. So 6 minutes of stoppage time. Can we get a fourth one? This is the question. Crowd have been quite quiet overall, I would tend to say. Oh, Brighton. Oh, pulls it across. It's out for a corner. Stephen from Stockholm. Hello. Shepshed Exile. Is it Harry Barnes that was from Shepshed? Yeah, Nelson does have a bit of a Cassidy look about him. I'm going to say he's as tall as him. Oh, Faz got his head on it. He's probably the last person you want to get a head on it because it goes up and over. Right, we're up to 82. Can we get up to 100? We've got 4 minutes to try and do it. Now we're down to 81. Somebody's liked and then changed their mind. We need to get to 100, guys. I don't know if I'd go for KDH. He's made a few mistakes, you know. Yeah, no, I agree, Nate. I did. I did exactly the same. So last attempt here. Oh, it was a punch there away from Hermanson, but then it's defended well. Yes, he has. He has. KDH is up there. I've been a little bit sarcastic, Nate, as indeed you are. That's why I was being sarcastic about KDH because of all the Daka stuff. It's 3-1. 3 points in the prediction league. Wow. I mean, it was literally sloppy goal. 94 minutes again. That is so Leicester. It's like having Brendan back in charge with these corners, isn't it? So we're just playing out now, really. Playing time out. Yeah, it's a good job we got those other 2 goals. But then that has been Leicester, hasn't it? There we go. It's full time. Really shouldn't have conceded the goal, but we did, which is Leicester all over for you. Okay, so it is full time. I am going to go point Percy and get myself a little nibble. We're back in 2 minutes. Probably a little bit longer than 2 minutes, if I'm honest with you. And don't go away.
The Premier League? That's so last season. It's all about the Championship here on LTID TV.
Now that's what I call football.
You hit the right spot.
Oh, God. Oh, I'll have what she's having.
I think you're muted, mate.
I am. There we go. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, mate.
I'm just saying, KDH, I mean, he had a couple of chances he missed, gave the ball away a couple of times. We should take him off, shouldn't we? He's useless.
Oh, I knew I was going to come into that. You can't say that.
Oh, God, let me just... hello, sir.
Hi, thanks. I'm making my substitute appearance. Hopefully it's more memorable than Dennis Pratt's performance tonight on the Leicester Till I Die, but there you go. How you doing, Chris?
How did you get the link, mate?
Say again?
How did you get the link?
Luke.
No, that's fine. No. I was thinking then, like, hang on a second. I know I've had a couple of ciders here, but come on, what's going on? We're gonna have a full house now. Okay, let me come to you first of all, Luke. Look, 3-1. I'm happy. I get 3 points in the prediction league. I know you weren't impressed with Dackers. I don't know how serious you were being, but come on, defend KDH.
Beautiful, mate. Did a lot of beautiful progressive ball carries, a lot of the ball, scored that goal, took it first time, bang. Can't say the same for Daka, unfortunately.
In that goal that was set up by Daka by doing a nutmeg through one of the Swansea defenders.
It only makes Daka look good because KDH actually put it in the back of the net.
But then KDH missed a couple. He's got to go, and we should sell him to Brighton, make the most of it.
Yeah, mate, probably.
I know. Look, I'm winding Luke up just as he was winding me up earlier. 3-1. Enzo, I feel a bit like we've got looking at Enzo on the side of the pitch. And remember, I am playing devil's advocate here, so you know what I'm like. But I feel like I want to go up to Enzo, pull his mask off, and we'll see Brendan Rodgers under there, defending at corners, conceding last minute goals. Had we not got those 2 goals, we'd have been walking away with 1 point instead of 3 again.
This time around, I think you've got quite a point there, to be honest with you, Chris. I do think, even though, yeah, exactly. Oh my God, what have I been drinking?
Hang on, let me just.
I've had the cider.
I'll save that.
Yeah, quote that, because I think that was quite a lethargic performance, and I did see him getting quite animated on the sideline. I think he would also recognise that. That was the thing with Brendan as well, as we used to have like a lot of lethargic performances. Even Puel, the same sort of thing. It wasn't necessarily that we were bad. It was just it was going nowhere, and he didn't really see what was going to happen. And for a long part of that game, I felt like, to be fair, I'll say this, is that I think overall Patson did actually have a quite decent game, but he needed to put that chance away. Both of them, to be honest with you. He got lucky to get the penalty. But if he'd have put his first chance away, the game would literally have been over after 15 minutes. And then I've got a feeling the game would have been 5 or 6-0, because Swansea tactically played quite a kamikaze setup. In the end, they played their way back into the game. And if you look at the possession stats, they're like one of the few teams that has had like a decent contest in terms of getting hold of the ball. But there were so many spaces in behind them early on, and most of our goals came from, pressing them high up the pitch. So at least that worked, which is good. But I think you're right to say that for long periods of the game, it did kind of look like, but basically it felt like one of those performances where we knew we were better than them, but it was like, can we be asked to actually make it count? And because we got the goal so early, and we'd missed an easy opportunity, they were probably thinking like, whatever, like, if they score, we'll just score one back. We've got this in the bag. We don't really have to try. And that led to this kind of complacency. And I think he would have done that. And like, even at the end of the goal, it's similar sort of things. They don't really have to be bothered because, we're not going to be losing this game. So I think you've got a lot right there to say. What I will say, though, is I've got a feeling that Enzo will be like that himself. Like me and Luke were watching the game, and it was noticeable how Dennis Pratt when he got hauled off, he literally made like another stupid decision and bad pass where he should have played it into the left-hand side of the pitch with loads of space. He didn't, and he got hauled off immediately. Like, Enzo was clearly like, no, right, I've had enough of this. Beep, or it's time to, I can't tolerate this. And I feel like, it's in the FA Cup as well. Like, I don't really think Enzo cares about the FA Cup. Maybe he will if we look like we're promoted and we get to the semi-finals or something, then of course he'll care. But even then, after the first half, he obviously looks at the team and thought, this is embarrassing. Birmingham should be 3-0 up here. So I need to make changes, even though I wasn't thinking of doing it. And then we ran out convincing winners. So, I guess what I'm saying is I think some of those Brendanisms, they are there. Like, it's funny. And beyond the 90, I said that, like, I didn't think set pieces were such an issue, but that was about 5 games ago. Now, you got to call it what it is. They're going in a lot. We're not defending them too well. So that is an issue.
Yeah,
the late goals, an issue.
When you're 3-0 up, it's not as bad as, if we were 1-0 up and that they just managed to get a point off us again.
Maybe, but I'll just say one thing quickly before I pass over to Brad and yourself. And that's that, like, this game, I think, could be telling in a way that, like, I think next season we're going to have games like this, but ironically, it's going to be the roles reversed. So we're going to come up against a Man City or a Liverpool, and we're going to try and play a high line, and we're going to try pressing football. And we're going to get picked apart because the team that we're playing against is going to have far superior quality to us. So the concern I have when we're being a bit lackadaisical is that, like, that's not going to keep us in good stead, because do you know what? I feel even in the relegation season, it was similar to that as well. Like the first game of the season against Brentford, we were 2-0 up. And then we just let the game go. And it's like, you got to have a bit more ruthlessness to yourself. So, and, a team that's going to end up being champions, you might even be champions with the record points display. The funny thing is, I don't think we're that ruthless as a team, as bizarre as that all sounds. So even today, it'll be 3-1 and you'll think, oh, routine victory. Maybe it was. But, that could have been 4-0 in the first half and then play the kids and it ends up being 4-2 because the game's already over. Anyway, over to you guys.
And in fairness, again, if nobody has seen it yet, do check out the preview for the game with Chickenhead, aka Matthew Brandon from TV's The Call Centre. If you love a Welsh accent, that's the one you want to be watching. He said, Brad, in fairness, that the Swansea defence was awful. At times they were. Look. 1-0 up at half time. They came out at us in that first 10 minutes. There only looked to be like one team that was going to get a goal, and that looked to be Swansea. But we managed to kill it off. But at times, I felt like we'd got another gear there.
Yeah, we had. And, we're kind of fortunate in some ways that, that it wasn't needed to be found, because we didn't find it. That's for damn sure. Wayward pass after wayward pass. I think 3-1 scoreline is actually quite flattering in the sense that the only reason we won so comfortably is because Swansea, probably up there, one of the worst teams to have come to the KP and put in a non-existent performance. They didn't try anything today. They had 20 minutes worth of opportunity where Leicester took the foot off the gas. They were slow on the ball. They were misplacing stuff, and they just didn't seem. It's almost like they were surprised to get the opportunities. It's as if they came here thinking, we're not going to get a chance. They're not going to give us a sniff. This is going to be a kick in. We're not going to bother. We'll hope that they have an off day and somehow we're nicking 0-0. And when they had a period of chance to control the game and punish us for only being 1-0 up at half time, never looked in doubt. I think flattering is probably the wrong use of the word, but you know what I mean, Chris. It wasn't like we just killed these off.
I'm going to just interrupt you there, Brad. Sorry, because we've got Kate has just come in. So Kate's been at the match, and so what we do is I just take you out. I just stay in the background. I will bring you back in a few minutes.
Ask about Daka.
I just heard Luke there.
What did he say?
I just heard Luke say, ask her about Daka, and I can see him hold his head in his hands.
He's lucky. He's been timed out once tonight.
Has he? Been put on the naughty step?
Well, yes, but he has been on the naughty step tonight. Never joke with me when I'm doing a watch along, because even if it's funny, I do not find it funny, especially when we're struggling. Look, I mean that first 10 minutes, that was like, my God, like let's just go away. We get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who knows? And then I thought, hang on, are we actually just playing for a 1-0 win here?
Yeah, it felt like a training game, didn't it? It was very lacklustre. It was very flat. They played such a high line at the beginning. We were like, oh, it could be a cricket score here if they're not careful. Because I just thought the first goal was brilliant. But yeah, it just descended into flat.
The goal that Daka played through, did a nutmeg to a Swansea defender to play KDH on.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, because Daka, he was awful, really, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is he still your second choice?
Yes, he still is. I mean, the guy, I mean, we had a guy in from Zambia called Sunday, and I said, hi, Sunday. He got back on Thursday. He played on Tuesday. He got an assist and he won a penalty. What are people moaning about? I mean, to take, and Luke will be laughing away in the green room here, but to take what Luke was saying, we should have taken KDH off, because he had one time he was through and his touch was so bad that it's like right in front of him. He missed the goal. Let's take KDH. Let's sell him to Brighton. We don't need KDH, do we? He's rubbish. Let's sell him to Brighton, Kate.
No, absolutely not.
I'm saying, let's put a bit of perspective in it here. The guy has scored more goals than Vardy this season, possibly, or he's equal with Vardy. I'm sure Neil would correct me one way or the other on that. And I don't think he was that bad. When you look at the fact that say 1 assist, 1 penalty. Well, all right, it wasn't a penalty, but
but stats are stats. I mean, we dominated possession. It doesn't mean we played well. Daka was absolutely shocking tonight, Chris. I don't think there's any two ways about it. He was absolutely awful. And yeah, he did make the second goal, which opened the floodgates to the second. That's the positive thing that he did. But missing that goal from 6 yards out, well, not even 6, he was 2 yards out. We could have been punished for that. And that just wasn't acceptable.
I agree. But I'm just taking. I mean, I just don't think he deserves the. And it wasn't just Luke. There's a couple in the chat as well. I don't think he deserved the criticism that he was getting because he's missed a couple of chances. How many chances has Vardy missed all season?
Yeah, I'm absolutely. But I'm not really here to talk about Vardy. I'm talking about tonight's match, and we could have been punished for that. And he was the worst player on the pitch tonight by a country mile. And everything I dislike about Daka as a player came out in full force tonight. His touch was poor. I feel like sometimes he runs without purpose. He just chases shadows. There's no intent there. Cannon came on and showed intent straight away, and tenacity and bite. I don't take away the fact that Daka scored goals for us, but tonight in particular, he had a shocker.
Well, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if you have a shocker and you still get a penalty and have an assist, I would argue whether he was the worst player on the pitch. But
he got the penalty, which was the right penalty to give, but he nearly messed it up. He very, very, very nearly messed that up when he was 1-on-1.
Yeah, but it's all and maybes, isn't it?
It is, exactly.
It
is.
We're bantering away here. And I got to say, and I did in fairness, I did say to Brad at half time that I would have brought Cannon on. But yeah,
interesting choice in the first place, really, wasn't it?
It was. You having just come back from AFCON, in which it was sort of competition football. So he was playing a lot of games one after the other. But look, he got that. Not his best game, I will admit. Let's move on from the banter. But second half, those first 10 minutes in the second half, I thought, shit, there's only going to be one team scoring here. And it wasn't us.
Yeah, the 1-goal lead is just so nervy, isn't it? And whilst I didn't really massively feel threatened as such, you just know that, with Ipswich, we gave it away in the last 15. I think I saw some stats the other day. I think we've conceded 14 goals from the last 20 minutes in about, 15 games or something the stat was. It was unbelievable. So you could just see it happening again. But we took 2 good chances straight up. Yeah, the scoreline was probably flattering again, but you got it right, didn't you? They let in the goal at the end for you, Chris.
Hey, I didn't cry. But I mean, look, had we not got those 2 goals, we'd have been here going mad. And let's be honest with you, look, we're football fans. We're moaning because we let a goal in when we're 3-0 up. We come away with 3 points. We're now 10 points there at the top. Okay, we played a game more. I got 3 points in the prediction league. So Brad had gone 3-0, but chickened out and went down to 2-0.
Oh, okay.
But no, I mean, look, we won 3-1. We're top of the league, and
yeah, it wasn't our best, but it's good enough, and we got it, didn't we? We got over the line.
Exactly, and
it's absolutely. Can I just say, it's the coldest I've been down the stadium all season by a country mile tonight. It's absolutely freezing. So I don't know if that has an impact on the players sometimes, but it is absolutely freezing here tonight.
Well, I know what to get you for your birthday, then, and that's a heated cushion.
Yeah, I'd love that. Thank you.
Okay, let me ask, just before I let you go. Your team performance. What were you going to give the team performance out of 10?
I'd probably say a 7.
7. Okay. I think I know where this is going. Although I do think we should send him off to Brighton. But where's your man of the match going?
No, I'm not going to say that actually, because I kind of agree with you. KDH was not quite at his best tonight, but for me, I thought Callum Doyle did really well. I thought Callum Doyle did well tonight, so he's my man of the match today.
Yeah, he didn't do too badly at all. I've got to just say, in fairness, I know he went off, but Vestergaard did a couple of good last-minute saves. Because again, we did take a risk at the back. Kate, have a safe journey home. Go home, get warm. Have a cup of soup and get nice and warm. Thanks very much.
Yes, all right. All right, see you later.
Bye. 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 Right, let's bring everybody back in. Brad has got. Oh no, Brad is there. Brad was hiding. Hello, Brad. Let's get Anil in, and I don't think there's anybody else we need to bring in, is there?
We can leave the Aussie down under. We can leave him down there.
Yeah. And at least he's got dressed now. I mean, what he was wearing at half time.
He was in his Stella Artois vest, weren't he?
He only needed the hanky on his head. Let's be honest with you. Brad, I mean, okay, look, all sides. It wasn't Daka's best game. And the fact that he got an assist and a penalty, it wasn't a penalty really, though, was it? But we, as I just said to Kate, we struggled at the start of that second half. I thought they were going to go ahead and get the equaliser.
Yeah, they did, and that was always the case. You come in 1-0 after dominating. Ask Birmingham fans what it's like when you're not coming in a convincing lead at half-time. It doesn't go well for you. But can I just stop this absolute barrage of bombardment of dross being chucked at Daka here? Because KDH had one of his worst games this season. Heavy touches, crap passing, indecisive making, sometimes invisible on the pitch, giving the ball away. He was weak. He was whingy. Are we not allowed to say that about KDH because he's had a few good seasons with us? But because Daka's not all that, we are allowed to bombard him. Because honestly, if you're asking my persona for worst performance of the match, it's between KDH and Daka. And sorry, but hold on. Where's the hate for Daka? Where's the hate for KDH missing from 2 yards out at only 1-0? I rest my case, Your Honour. Over to you, the jury, and the comments, and the rest of you, because saying Daka had a crap game when he gets an assist and a penalty is.
Can I just say, you're my man, Brad. You're my man. Let me just show. I don't know if you can see what I've written there. Is that coming out well?
Not
Luke is right. Chris is wrong. That's what it says.
But KDH is shit, isn't he? I was on. All right, look. We've had a go at you, Luke. You're Australian, so you don't really know much about football. It's all Aussie rules down there, isn't it? Yeah. But go on. What? Give us your.
I strongly disagree, and I don't know Anna will as well, mate. Excluding the goal that Keenan Dewsbury actually scored. The penalty, yes, may have been soft. But Daka was on his way to missing that, fumbling, yes, yet again, taking too long. He should have scored that way sooner. Yes, we got the penalty, but in my opinion, he would have missed that, or the goalkeeper would have came and saved it as he did. He was about to. Sorry, I don't think Daka I thought he was woeful, mate. I really did. And I don't think that's fair to say about Dewsbury Hall. Sometimes, yes, he could have a bit of a heavy touch, but he did a lot off the ball as well as did on the ball. And in a lot of our presses were all starting with KDH linking up play on that left-hand side. So I strongly disagree, but I respect your opinion, Brad.
Sorry, mate. I agree with you. I respect your opinion, but your opinion is wrong because it's so easy to slag off Daka, but why can't we slag off KDH for doing exactly the same thing?
Because he did so much. What did Daka do? One thing.
What did KDH do? He gave the ball away. He fell over. He had 20 yards of space in front of him and somehow had a 30-yard heavy touch, mate. How the hell?
I've got a message here. Got a message coming in for Luke.
Your opinion is wrong.
There we go.
Sure, not spot on there, Chris. Well said. Yeah, I never doubted you for a minute. No, honestly, mate. No, again, you're right with Daka. It wasn't his best game. I'm not masking it over with an assist and a dodgy penalty. That certainly isn't the case. He was poor. But if we're gonna downgrade a player and say he was poor, why are we having a whole defence of no, KDH wasn't poor? He gave the ball away. He was weak. He was probably up there for worst performance alongside Daka. Let's be honest. It's the only two.
I've got to very heavily disagree. I'll let you finish, but because
I'm sorry,
the stats say a very different story to what you're both saying. Very different.
Throw them in the bin. Use these. These are the only stats you need, mate. Watch it with this. They are your stats that you follow the game with, mate. Not your little numbers. No, you watch the game with this. Not look at me facts and figures.
Well, that's funny because I seem to remember Kieran Dewsbury Hall scoring a goal and providing an assist, and in the end, that is the reason why we won the game.
And it's both why they're both just as bad as each other. What I'm saying is they both had a bad game, but why is it one is afforded not getting slated while the other one's getting slated?
Personally, I'm not slating either.
I'm not saying you are. You know what I mean? That's my point.
I'm going to come to Anil as something. He's just sent me a link, and I appreciate that, Anil. And it's interesting to see that the average sofa scoring rating. And thank you for the link. It's a very good one. Kieran Dewsbury Hall was like the highest one for Leicester. Actually, no, this is for the season, I think. Because
if you look at the match, it'll give it to you. So Dewsbury Hall had 7.8. He was the highest ranked Leicester player. The next was Patson Daka with 7.4. Actually, Stefan Mavadini also 7. Look, to be fair, I just want to say, of course, you're totally right. Statistics can be used to prove anything. 83% of people know that. But the point is, the point is, why I like this, using this, especially when we have the post matches, is just to try and be a bit objective with what we say. Because, like, for what it's worth, I definitely agree. Like, there were some clumsy touches, some heavy touches. I think the thing that Kate said was bang on, where she said that, like, I kind of feel it's unforgivable to miss a chance as easy as Patson Daka's, especially as that if he'd have scored it there after 15 minutes, it's game over. And it's probably anyone can do whatever they want at that point. And the game could easily have gone the other way if we hadn't have got it. But the thing is with those stats, why they are kind of useful is that they're kind of done automated rather than using people like ranking it. So what they're taking into account is how many challenges did you win? How many interceptions did you win? How many times did you progress the ball? How many times did you give it away? They're not always right, but I think over the course of the season, they too tend to be quite accurate. And so the thing is with Kieran Dewsbury Hall is that you're right. He missed a really easy chance. There was that time where he ran through, and if he hadn't had the touch of a clown, he could easily have bagged himself another one. But the thing is that then at the same time, it's like, well, he found the pocket. He received the ball. He did make the run. And yeah, he made an error, but he didn't let it get to him and he kept going. And that's the sort of thing that proves to you over and over. So I definitely value your opinion. I'm actually neutral on this one. I'm doing a Switzerland. I'm not saying one way or the other. For me, I feel that the game was just like, there was a golfing quality. We had it's funny, actually, Kate gave them 7 out of 10, the team performance. I think you could have given the team maybe 4 out of 10 or something like that. I thought for Leicester, we didn't really play that well, but it was just still way too good. And I think that's really what people are going at for how good these players are. They didn't put in a particularly good performance, but luckily their kind of C+ game is still way too good for a team like this. Just going to Daka, he definitely had some horrendous finishing, but his work rate, his off the ball, his pressing does help the team get up. And like 2 of the goals we scored came from pressing high up the pitch. So his link in the first goal was also pretty good. So that's why he's probably got a high rating, even though, you've surely got to give him -5 alone just for those 2 poor misses that he made. I thought even I would have scored the first one. There you go. Anyway, I just wanted to provide that because I've learned from the master, that is Chris, and that is how to throw a little bit of chaos and a little bit of talking point. I'd like Chris to rate my chaos actually out of 10. You can score me afterwards. I'm not
No,
quite.
you've done-
I'm
you've
not.
done
I'm not
really
quite the Madsen Manson needs to go level, but I'm working my way up there. Yeah, over to you guys anyway.
I was just looking actually then at the heat map, and I was going to maybe bring that up, but then maybe I won't do, having looked at it and compared KDH and Daka. In fairness, Daka's heat map was quite good, and like you say, you know, second man of the match. Look, we're picking at bones here because Luke, we've won the game 3-1, you know, and at the end of the day, oh, sorry. I'm having two conversations at once here. I just, when you got a Swansea fan messaging you, going like, "Told you it'd be 3-1," and in fairness, he did. Chickenhead said, "Oh, it'll be 3-1 to you guys. I've put money on it." So at least he's won some money and his team's lost. But look, overall, wasn't the best performance, and we did have another gear, didn't we, Luke?
I wouldn't say it was bad, but it wasn't great. I was actually saying to Anna, watching the game together, I thought that at the start of the game in particular, Swansea's defence reminded me a lot of us under Rodgers with that high line. It was very, very scary to watch when we were doing it. But I thought the first 10 minutes we looked absolutely electric and we could have buried them right there and then. So, but in terms of the reason, for me, I thought a 7's a fair assessment of a team score, but I definitely think we could have gone up another gear, but I never felt threatened. Maybe sometimes in set pieces and stuff where it looked a bit, you know, all over the place when it was all, everyone was crammed in there and it looked a bit frenetic. But other than that, I felt comfortable, to be honest.
Right, I'm gonna let Brad loose on Gray here. If Vardy had one leg, he would be better than Daka. Can I just say, first of all, Brad, you and me know absolutely nothing about football because we said at the start that we know if Albrighton comes on, we know who else is coming on. And it wasn't Cannon. So we know fuck all about football. Look, Vardy's passed it. I don't care what he said. Yes, he got a goal the other day, but that was because a good cross came in. I still stand by my, you know, Cannon, Daka, and then a third equally in Nacho Vardy. But I think that's a bit unfair from Gray.
It's very unfair. And do you know what? I've noticed a few comments scattered throughout saying, basically in response to what I've been saying about why we're giving so much hate to Daka and not KDH for his bad performance is, well, Daka's always crap more times than not. So that doesn't justify a bad performance not getting slated. At the end of the day, it should. I don't care if it's Vardy, KDH, or Madsen or whoever. I don't care if it's Ian Acho. If they have a bad performance, they have a bad performance. And to come out and say, and I know it's tongue-in-cheek, I get that, but to say, oh, a one-legged Vardy will do better than Daka, sorry, Alan, I'm not throwing you under the bus here, but I'm using a perfect example here, right? Daka got absolutely slated for that miss, rightly so. It was a horrible miss. He should have tucked it away. It should have been 2-0. But Anil actually said about KDH's miss that, he got in the right positions and he made the right runs. So where's the backhanded compliment that, that was given to KDHD? And again, not just by yourself. I'm sure others gave KDH a bit of praise, going, he missed it, but at least he was there, someone was there, blah, blah. When Daka does it, there's no mention of his possession. There's no mention of the fact that he was the one that won the ball back for us and got his foot stuck in. There's no mention of his run into that position to get on the end of the ball in the first place. It's just, it's usually crap and it's just proving me right. Yet again, I'm right because I'm right and you're wrong sort of thing. Look, at the end, I don't care if he's not a forward grade. At the end of the day, he was in the position to score it. I'd expect Vestergaard and Wout Face to score that from 2 yards out. So, there you go.
And he is at the end of the day our top scorer, KDH. So why wasn't he putting those away?
Yeah, 10 goals a season he's got. He should be banging them in the net. We wouldn't be saying that if it was Madison last year or Mahrez a few seasons ago. He's just a winger. That's his job. He's in that attacking sense. He is an attacking midfielder. The clue is in the question. The clue is in the name. He should be scoring them chances. So don't be too harsh on him. At the end of the day, I mean, I don't know how many games he played for Zambia in that group.
All three.
Three? Mm. Okay, so you take it collectively, since he's got back into this Leicester side, he scored 2 goals to Zambia, 4 for us. He's scored 6 goals in 7, 8 games, 9 games?
Mm.
Look, he missed chances. And I'm not saying Daka is a brilliant striker. I'm not saying, Chris will tell you this. if it weren't for how bad Iheanacho's been this season, he would be third on my list, but he has to be second on form. And my point is, yes, KDHD is a mile above Daka in terms of quality and what they are. Like, Daka's there, KDH is there. But we can't just say, oh, it's okay, KDH has had 30 good games and 1 bad game, so we can't be nasty to him. That's no KDH. Oh, Daka's had 3 bad games and three good games, so you're shit, get out of the team. You've got to be even with it.
And we have Neil coming on to you, and seeing as you were compliant in starting this argument off, Jamie Vardy has played 19 games this season, scored 6 goals. Patson Daka has played 7 games and scored 4 goals.
Yeah, I mean, that's been my point. I actually don't think Patson Daka was too bad today. I don't think.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. In fairness, when you're looking at stats like that, who's the best? On paper, who is the best striker?
Yeah. I mean, not just that. I mean, what's interesting, obviously, is that he was restored to the starting lineup, because you would have probably felt that Tom Cannon would have done it, or Vardy maybe. But I'm guessing, like, I mean, I've said this before. I think Maresca's quite good in the sense that I feel that, like, if you play away into, he doesn't just completely freeze players out like Rodgers did with Soyuncu. So if you're playing well, you can work your way back into the team, and if you prove yourself, you'll stay in the team. And I think what he probably felt is that Daka went to AFCON, but up until going to AFCON, he'd done nothing wrong and he fully deserved his chance in the team. So I think he basically said, okay, you've come back, but yeah, well done, Patson. Like, don't think that was just a nice cameo appearance. You've got a future here if you can keep playing like this. So I've got my confidence in you and I'm going to play you. And he did. I think it will be interesting to see what he does in the next game, though, because does Enzo think that he did overall good enough, or does he not? I mean, I will say, though, I feel that he really rates the high pressing and doing your off the ball work, and I think for that reason alone he may still stay in the starting lineup. But it's a difficult one, because that side of the game was very good, but the actual clinical side this time around was bad. We can see the argument either way. Yeah, that's how it is. Just trying to play devil's advocate there. I think for sure, though, that's the sort of thing that you can't miss chances like that in the Premier League. But that goes with all the chances that we missed, both Dewsbury Hall and Daka. That's what we've got to fix up for next season. Because I think actually that's something that was labelled at Dewsbury Hall the last time we were in the Premier League, that his stats were very good, but what he wasn't doing, and Maresca said this to him at the start of the season, was that I don't get it with you. Like, every number you've got is amazing, apart from the 2 that are the most important, which is your goals and assists. I need you to provide that this season. But to be fair, in the division right now, with 10 goals and 10 assists, that's a phenomenal performance. So he's done his job overall.
I just want to put this up before I come to you, Luke. This is Chickenhead, who I keep coming back to. And he went, I called it 3-1 in my chat zone with that Leicester TID. A slight improvement, had a couple of good chances today, but sloppy defensively, need to tighten up. Never a pen for me also. So he did call it 3-1. So I can't, I've got to say, fair play to him. He called it right. Luke, okay, I mean, if you go back to the start, and you were probably still in bed when we were getting ready for the kickoff, because you're such a lightweight. But me and Brad, in fairness, were surprised at Daka starting, to be honest with you. We thought Cannon had done enough to keep his place, and let's be honest, he didn't play. Did he come on against Birmingham? I didn't watch any of the Birmingham game because I was in London, so I thought Cannon was going to start. Almost certainly I would have Cannon starting against Stoke, though. Brad's second team.
But yes, I would. But before, just to go on to what Anil was saying, because it's an important topic. For all of the pros you could just say about Daka, do you think it complements Enzo's style of play? Because I don't. I don't think he has link-up play. I think he's poor on the ball. And what good is all that pace if it doesn't complement the team? Yes, it may unlock the defense sometimes. I completely
What about the first goal, Luke? That was Patson Daka link-up play. I don't know what you're talking about there. You've literally just gone against your own argument.
No.
Watch that goal again. Watch that goal again, Luke. Watch that first goal again.
I'm just talking about the whole time we've seen him and what we paid for him. I still don't rate him. I stand by that, and I definitely caught myself there. But
Luke, mate. If you can see it this way, you might want to watch it back. There you go.
So, Luke, are you still sort of sinking a little bit there? I think you've just dug yourself a hole.
No, because I stand by that. Yeah, okay, fair play. He had that. I stand by it. No, because I think he's an over-the-shoulder type striker. I do not think he suits our style of play. I think he could adapt, maybe.
Isn't that what Vardy is?
Yes. No, 100% I agree, mate.
But basically, you're saying Vardy's rubbish as well.
No, but I'm talking about style of play with Enzo.
Yeah, but Vardy doesn't suit Enzo's style of play then.
Vardy's just turned 37, mate. Daka
Should
be in the prime of his career.
If you're old enough, you're good enough. Tony Cottee was winning trophies with us in his late 30s. In fact, Tony Cottee's only trophy that he won was with Leicester City.
I don't know. I could be 100% wrong. I stand by it. I don't rate Daka. I'll move on.
We're in the 30s.
Really?
I don't rate him. I don't like him.
You know, you kept that quiet.
I would never.
I'm just kidding. I'm just stirring the pot. Daka's brilliant.
I do feel that this is the we hate Daka show. But yeah, the start of that second half, Brad. I mean, KDH got booked. I mean, you know, we never saw Daka get booked, did we?
No, see, another thing. That's it. See, it's a Daka vs KDH show. He got booked. Well, that's discipline. Daka has his discipline. I mean, all right, yes,
exactly.
He might have spaghetti legs to not give away a free kick, but it never done. Nonetheless, you watch the game with your eyes, not with the figures in front of you. You know, discipline is there. But yeah, it was just. Look, let's look at it this way. It wasn't the best performance tonight. I think the fact that we've won the game is probably going to give them a little bit of a generous rating. But can we just have a little bit of a moment just to give them Coventry fans a little bit of solace, because they limped to a draw against Anthony's 17th team, Bristol City. Who's in the comments? He's asked me to smile and wave. So there you go, Anthony. That's just for you. I don't know if you saw it earlier. So do you remember when Leeds beat us and they thought they were massive and they celebrated like they won the FA Cup and Coventry did the same? How's that 37-point gap going for you Coventry fans and your FA Cup celebrations? Just thought I'd mention that out so we can all be on the same wavelength and happy about one thing tonight. Agree on something.
Neil, let me come to you. I looking at that referee, and look, the referee takes a lot of stick. And the other day we had a referee who'd been dropped down. Was it England that had been dropped down from the Premier League? And it annoys me so much that we get their shit dumped on us. I thought the referee had a good game today. He let play go on when needed, but then if nothing came of it, he was quite happy to blow up and get bring it back for the free kick. It is refreshing, is it not, to have referees that can. And if he made a mistake tonight, I'd sooner have a referee like that rather than a referee that's reliant on somebody sat up playing noughts and crosses on a screen at St George's Park.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I prefer referees that allow the flow of the game to continue. I think that was helped also by Swansea, to be fair, as well, that they weren't looking to just kill time. They're looking to keep the ball in play and keep the ball circulating too. So you had two teams that kind of doing that, whereas some are just like literally from minute one, fall over on every challenge, waste time, play the deep block. So I think overall that was good. I mean, we got lucky with the penalty decision because I felt like it, that was touch and go. Although I don't know, I think VAR would probably have still given it though. So maybe it was. I mean, whatever. I mean, in the end, it wasn't the greatest. But yeah, I agree with you that like it is. I don't know about you, but I'm probably sure it's come up on this before. But without having VAR, it actually makes the game so much more refreshing. It's just so much more old school.
It's nice just to celebrate a goal, not knowing that a computer's going to get involved.
Yeah. Well, even in the ground, because I got to say, in the ground, it's even worse because you don't even see what's going on. So you're just sat there watching nothing, and you're like, oh, this is a lot of fun, isn't it? So it's quite good, yeah. So in that respect,
we've got a Forest fan that comes in here. Luke, he's a lovely guy and always welcome. And we're having a bit of banter earlier on, and Luke's gone. And I said to him, he said, I do miss the championship. I said, well, you could be joining us, next season. And he said. He wouldn't mind if he came down because he preferred the championship with no VAR. But just out of interest as well, Aston Villa lost to Newcastle. Everyone was saying like, Aston Villa are doing a doing a Leicester City. No, they're not. Certainly not in the winning sense of it. Aniel, I'll stick with you for this one. It wasn't a penalty, was it?
I don't know. I have to see it again because I'll be honest with you, I just saw it mainly in real time. But they showed one angle where it looked like he did clip his foot without getting the ball. It was not much contact, but it was there. So if that is true in the Premier League, if they do VAR, they probably would give it. But yeah, put it this way: if that was given against us, I'd be pretty pissed off, to be honest with you. Because let's be honest with you, it was Daka messing up. He should have scored rather than doing that. So I can feel why it was there. So yeah, it depends. Like, if it could be one of those under the letter of the law, technically it is. Just to be honest with you, I'd have to see it again. To be honest with you, that would be my statement on it. I take the fifth, as they call it, or you know, I reserve my right not to answer whatever that is.
I was about to agree with you about Daka messing it up when Luke came back in, so I won't say it.
But he made it though. He at the same time he messed it up, but he won it. What 35 yards in our own side, and we ran some serious distance to get there.
And, he didn't take a heavy touch like KDH either, did he? When he got through on goal, just saying.
It is a shame he didn't finish though, because if he did, I mean, you'd be saying, "Wow, there'd be a very different conversation." In the back of the net, no, you'd be like, "Oh my god, what a way to make up for a calamitous miss," you know. But
I love it. Surprised? Don't be. I don't know what you're being sorry for, Luke. Don't be sorry, mate. Brad, I mean, Mavadidi trying to take the penalty. Did he take the last penalty as well, Mavadidi?
Oh, I think so. I think he has become quite a connoisseur of penalty taker for Leicester, especially without Ian Atcho on the pitch, who has been the favourite to take it. He's taken a few already for us. I think that's where half of his goals have come from his whopping 6 goals this season. You know, so it's good to have Mavadidi taking them. I do prefer a striker, but then these days inverted wingers are practically strikers. His goal ratio is pretty good, so I'm actually happy that it's someone like that taking it. And look, to be honest with you, whether it was or wasn't a penalty, I think Daka was a genius. He knew he'd taken too long, so he thought, if I go down here, he knew it. He knew it. He was all about up here for thinking, down there for dancing. But no, he did screw it up.
A little bit of me did want Daka to take the penalty just to shut Luke up.
I mean, I'd preferred it if it had just smashed in the original shot, and then we could have been like that to Luke. We could have, hey, Luke.
Look, you know what? I was just stirring the pot earlier. Like, it wasn't his best game. I don't hate him and dislike him. Like, I just like winding people up. I do think he was poor, and I do stand by what I said about. I do think Cannon is a better option moving.
Anyway, Luke.
Oh, that was mean, Chris. That was genius, but mean. That was mean.
I'm only just trying to wind you guys up and start a conversation. I think that was harsh what I said earlier, but I do think Cannon is a better option moving forward with Enzo style of play. I do stand by that. And
like I said at the start of the show, me and Brad were saying we were surprised that Cannon wasn't starting. 3-0, Luke. KDH made a bit of a mess of it. Surprise, surprise. And it fell to Eunice, who put it away. Second goal in 2 games.
I like Eunice, mate. I would love to see him get a run of games. I think he's a good quality player, and he looks like, I don't know if this is harsh, but like, I'm not saying Pratt had like a really bad game. He didn't have a really good game either, but you can see on and off the ball, the intensity is night and day. Eunice looks like he wants to be here. Pratt doesn't know what he was going to do with his career. So to be fair, I think with the ambition and the drive of actually wanting to be here, I would love to see Eunice get a run of games.
Yeah. Anil, I mean, I think Pratt's. I'm just impressed that he's gone a game and 3 quarters and not got an injury. That must be a record. That's more minutes than he played in about the last 3 seasons put together. Eunice got a goal at the weekend, and Enzo said, "I want more from you. You've not proved yourself yet." Did it go any way to that? I mean, he wasn't on for the full game, obviously, but 2 goals in 2 games, not a lot more he can do, is there?
Do you know what? It surprised me that he didn't start. Like, controversially, I'm surprised you're giving Dennis Pratt such an easy time. I thought he was terrible, to be honest with you.
Oh, don't start on that. You're becoming a Luke Mark too.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, the difference here though is that clearly the manager would agree with that because he hauled him. Like he he was finding good pockets, but his use of the ball was pretty bad, which is not like Dennis Pratt, because normally the thing that we say about him is he's technically a good player with good passing ability. So he should really thrive in a system like this, where an attacking box-to-box 8, gets so much time and space on the ball. But 2 or 3 times he got it and he picked the wrong decision and gave the ball away. And the last time he did that, literally immediately, the commentator even said it, said, then Willie Caballero, the Leicester assistant manager, is having a word with Enzo. And I think Dennis Pratt's time on the pitch is numbered. And immediately Younes came on. Younes at the weekend, I thought, was quite good. It's an interesting one because people are divided on him. I think there's a player in there, definitely. It has been said that, like, can he keep up with the physicality of the English game? That's a fair point. But, we've seen players like David Silva thrive in the game, Luka Modric. I think it just sort of takes time to get used to the pace, and you have to use your mind rather than your body in order to do certain things. Great finish again. I also think whenever he gets on it, so if I compared him to Dennis Pratt, or even sometimes Cassidy, who obviously now left us, I've always felt that with Younes, when the ball goes to him, the ball flows. Whereas with the other two, what I notice sometimes is the ball gets played to them, but the move breaks down or it goes backwards, but not in a good way. So it's like the way that Enzo wants to play is just keep the ball circulating, but also he wants those fluid first-time passes. The idea of the system is that you compress play into one half of the pitch, and then you've got the other winger who's completely free, and then you pick out that switch pass when the time is right, and then all of a sudden their team's in trouble because the whole block's got to shift over. If they don't shift over fast enough, that winger's got one-on-one opportunity. Younes is very good at doing that, I feel. So maybe he gets bullied a bit off the ball. Sometimes I feel his off the ball work, he puts in the effort, but he doesn't seem to like win it back as much as others do. I think that's a side to his game that he could work on. But I really feel there's a player there that if he's given a run of games, I think will have an impact. And as you say, 2 goals in 2 games now. If he doesn't start again, that's really, really harsh. Although I suppose we've got a new signing potentially coming in. Just a question for you. Do you think we will actually sign Younes permanently, or do you think he's another one-season wonder?
I would personally like to see him. I think, like you say, I think there's a good player in there. Pratt, I'm just not convinced. I love Pratt to bits, and it's been unfortunate his time at Leicester. But I just don't. I think he's a sick note, to be honest with you, and I think he's on decent wages. Hopefully Sensi comes in, but look, we're going to need a squad, and we're going to need a decent squad. And I think the thing is sometimes when we rate these players, we look at Younes and he hasn't had a run of games, and that was it. Used to be what I used to say about Cassidy as well, is he wasn't playing week in, week out, and you can't judge it. And if we go that far back, and Brad will back me up here, we used to say about Iheanacho, he was getting 10 minutes here and 20 minutes there, and as soon as he got a run in the team, he was our top scorer for that season. I'd like to keep Younes, I really do. I think when he gets the ball, he absolutely, I think given the time and given the play, I think he can be a game changer for us, to be honest with you. He really can. Luke has got to go in a second. So before you go, Luke, team performance?
I think 7's fair.
7.
I'm going to agree with Kate. And I think there's something to be said for Casey McAteer's work on and off the ball. I thought he was brilliant today. He's not my man in the match, but I thought Casey McAteer's doing a good job of giving Maresco a headache for when Fatau is back available. It's a good problem to have, mate.
Which is Stoke, obviously.
Yeah.
Who's your man of the match then?
I'm going to go Ricky P, to be fair. I thought he really helped control that defense and in front of them, and I thought he was brilliant today. Ricky P, some beautiful passes. I'm going to go Ricky P.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to let you go. Give everybody a shout as to where they can find you.
You can find me here. You can for the matches, and you can also find me at Leicester City Down Under.
Or you can, of course, he is the founding member of the Patson Daka Australia fan club. So if you want to join that, do get down there. Look, I'll let you go, mate, because I know it's odd hours down there. So thanks very much and all the best, mate.
Thanks, mate. See you later.
Take care. Bye-bye. And Neil, let me come to you for your team performance rating out of 10.
I'll go 6, a bit lower, even though it's a routine win. I felt it was like a second gear performance, really.
Yes.
We could always have we could have turned it up and blown them away, but we didn't. So I give it a 6 out of 10.
And your man of the match?
I'm going to get absolutely pelted for this, but I would actually say Kiernan Dewsbury Hall.
Kick him out. Get out. Out. No, I'm joking.
I just feel that, like, with him, the thing is, and you can say this about a lot of the games that he plays, is that in that position, you got to kind of be daring. So that means that not everything you're going to do is going to come off, but you just got to keep doing it, and you got to do it relentlessly. And he does. And he's tireless. He goes up and down the whole time. He's running the game. Every time you see him, he's just so clearly the best player on the pitch from like a technical and physical level that you ask any, I'll be curious what Chickenhead would have to say, but I'm pretty sure if you ask any other fan in the Championship, even teams in the Premier League, if you can have one player from this current Leicester City side in your squad, in your first team, who do you pick? And they'll say Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, which is why some Premier League teams want him.
Yeah.
But yeah, not just forget even past. I think even today, even though it was a bit hit and miss, ultimately he still decides the game, as he's done several times. And yeah, I just think he's for what it's worth, my favourite player in the team is Harry Winks, because I play a similar position to that myself when I play football. I think he's always fabulous with the ball and he keeps it going, and the way he can turn out of pockets and find his way out of trouble is incredible. But at the end of the day, goals win games, and KDH either scores them or assists. In this game, he did both, and he could have done even more. Man of the match for me.
Brad, your performance?
Ooh, man of the match is a bit difficult because there wasn't really a standout performance.
Well, do the performance first, mate.
I'm gonna give it a 6. I don't think it was as. This is one of them where I think, like I said at the start when I came on at full time, I think the lack of effort from Swansea is the reason why our scoreline ended up being so good and not a scary one to defend and see out in final minutes. Still frustrated that yet again we switched off and got lazy in that final stoppage time, but it came to nothing, thankfully. But yeah, it wasn't as thrilling as it sounds. 3-1, we'd normally be sat here going 8-9, oh, perfect 10. Yeah, but no, it really wasn't a performance that matches the scoreline for me. So yeah, it's a 6.
And your man of the match, Daka, I'm presuming?
Well, I mean, special honourable mention obviously would go to Daka, but I feel like I'd get absolutely bombarded if I did try and defend him, because he did have some very poor moments in the game, despite his his assist, and it was a blatant penalty, definite penalty, horrendous challenge on the man. But no, for me, you know what? He got crowded out a little bit, and that's more probably to do with the fact that Leicester kind of mix up which side they go down for it. But Mavididi played really well for me. I think he had a bit of a stellar on the left-hand side. He's the one that's got a lot of pressure on him from Enzo, it seems. He's always talking about him. He's always demanding more from him. Even when he scores 2 goals in one game, he's demanding that he follows it up and matches it. And that's a lot of pressure on someone who's just into their prime of their footballing career. What's he, 24, 25? He never shirks responsibility. And the fact that it is very rare that you get a winger that's not just good at his main job, but can get back and do the defensive and dirty work that you never expect a winger to do. It's something we kind of forgoed someone like Mahrez doing. We kind of forgave them for not doing it, for being so good. Yeah. So for me, yes, it wasn't his greatest game, but again, it's not in a standout of a great performance. For me, Mavididi went a little bit under the radar in that game.
This is going to be very, very scary, and we're going to wrap it up in a second. I'm just going to bring Alan's points and man of the match in. I've got to be honest with you. I had 2 scores down for my team performance. I ended up going for 6 at the end of the day, because that once we literally got that first goal, 10-15 minutes into the game, we were just. We should have been killing that game off. And I'm not saying that we would have had Cannon been on instead of Daka, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. We should have killed that game off. And you got to look at who's on the pitch. I'd actually got 3 names written down here. My first name, which is what I'm going to go back to, because you've convinced me, Brad, and that is Mavadidi. I had Mavadidi, KDH, believe it or not. So just to show that I'm not being biased. And it wasn't Daka, it was McAteer. So those are the three I had down. But like you, and the fact that we agree, Brad, that doesn't sit easy with me. That doesn't sit easy with me at all.
Never nice stuff to do, is it?
No. But Anil, I don't know if you've seen this before, but we have Alan Bennett, lifelong Leicester fan. He's as old as me, if not older, bless him. Love him to bits.
He's brother of Gordon.
Yeah. I was going to ask.
Gordon.
Yeah.
There we go.
But he goes to all the matches, so he always is the one that he picks our official. He gives the official rating and the official man of the match. So his rating for the team was 6. He actually said a bit below par, but a much deserved win. And I think that probably just about sums it up. His man of the match. Drum roll. Not Daka. Kieran Dewsbury Hall. So
I like this Alan guy.
Yes.
Have you ever seen Alan and me in the same room at the same time? That's all I'm saying.
No, I've never seen you together for a little. And I'm now maybe wondering why that is. Yeah, I mean, look, we all disagree. You can get 15 fans in and we'd all pick a different man of the match, wouldn't we? That's football for you. But Alan's there. He sees what we don't see because he sees what goes on off the camera and off the ball that we don't see. I know Kate goes to the match as well, but Alan does it officially for us. So, but look, and thanks very much. You did make me wonder when you popped in, Anna. I thought, hang on, how did he get the link for this? But you're always welcome, mate. You are always welcome. It's nice to finally have somebody on that speaks sense, isn't it, Brad?
Yeah, it is. Unlike these upside down Australians that come on and just blindly rate players as they are. It's nice that Anil comes on here with his.
Because in the first half he was having a real go at Daka, so I timed him out as a joke, and then he came on at half time, but he came on so late that by the time I brought him into the chat, they were kicking off, and he came in and I had to kick him straight out again. It was quite funny. Anil, thank you so very much, mate. Do you want to give out how people can follow you?
No, just follow this channel. It's a great one. Thank you for having me on. I mean, that's why I jumped to the opportunity to join you. It's a lot of fun. I have to say, quite often I listen to you guys on the older earpods when I'm walking in the park and stuff and hearing the banter, and it's great fun and it's really good. And I think it's actually really nice to have, like, you know, the differing opinions and the way different people see the game and just to talk it through. You know, I think last season was so terrible. I don't know about you. It was very depressing to watch that. So I still feel, even though he might have said it's a 6 out of 10, still this season's been quite therapeutic. I don't know about you. And I feel like we've got Leicester back. It's quite fun. It's nice to be optimistic and stuff. It can really make or break your morale. I don't know about that. It really, I found that some of the best, you know, times. But like you've seen COVID, the FA Cup, that really made me feel a lot better, to be honest with you. Seeing us win the FA Cup. I don't know about you.
For me, I'm a lot of, you know, in my 60s, and I've seen it good, bad, and well, we all have with following Leicester, haven't we? But when we got relegated to, even when we went down to League One, I'm of an age where I just sort of went, oh, it's football. You know,
that was pretty bad, though. I'm not going to lie. That was
it was, but still, at the end of the day, nobody died. You know, and the thing about football is, and I love doing this. I was in London at the weekend, seeing my daughter, and her boyfriend is an Arsenal fan. I know.
Divorce in the post.
We went all over on the underground, and I've got a picture of him under the sign for Tottenham Court Road. So, absolutely. And the thing is, he dared say no that he wouldn't pose because he doesn't want to upset his future father-in-law.
You mean me? You're a meanie.
I know. I know. Always welcome on, mate. Thanks very much. Take care and all the best.
Cheers. See you later. Bye.
See you later, mate.
Bye-bye. Oh, that was quick. Brad, thank you very much, mate. Look, 3-1. We've won 3 points, 10 points clear at the top again yet. Ipswich have got a game in hand, but they've got to win that. Sometimes if we just stood there at the end of a game like this and, yeah, we've won 3-1, didn't we play well? Thank you, good night. You've got to look for the little things to be picky about, to have something to talk about.
Yeah, you do, and it kind of shows what a side we really are when we can play and score 3 goals and but barely get out of first gear. In fact, I think at some points in that game for about 10-minute, 15-minute spell in either half, we actually flipped it into neutral and let the car's own momentum take itself forward, because it was one of them games. And look, I know sometimes people say, oh, we go up, won't play like this. Well, we won't have the same quality as opposition as this. It'll be a high caliber of opposition, and Swansea with the greatest respect. So don't judge next season when we're not even through this one yet. So, but it was good. At the end of the day, we won the game, Chris, and at the end of the day, that's the only stat I'll ever care, is the one that's right above there. Yeah, you know what I mean, over that. Yeah. You can point better than I can, and that's something to say. So we won 3-1, Chris, and we didn't have our greatest performance, and that tells you just how good we have been this season. That we didn't play well, and I always say, Chris, good teams get a result when they don't play well. Great teams win when they don't play well, and whether that's down to a bit of Swansea as well.
Isn't it different as well how we concede a goal in the 94th minute and yet we're happy because it was 3-1?
Well, you're definitely happy because that gives you 3 points to the prediction. It's my only point from these 4 games.
I'd had to stop myself celebrating when Swansea scored. Your 3-0 that you changed down to 2-0, how did that work out, mate?
Oh, spiffingly great. It's almost like I should be allowed to make my Leicester City predictions 10 minutes before kickoff because I'd got it right. Because I messaged one of my mates, she's sometimes in the comments. And she went 2-0, and I said, "Oh, I've changed my mind from the lineup." And this was after I'd come on here and said 2-0. I changed it to 3-1. So eventually, I got it right.
We can all do that, can't we? I've got to say, well done to Highfields. He got 3-1 as well. Well done, mate. All I will say is, look, when you watch Match of the Day, you don't find any of the pundits there sat there, Alan Shearer or anybody like that sat there going like, "Yeah, well, Arsenal won 3-1. Well done, guys. That's the end." You know what I mean? They still talk it through, and that's what we're here for.
Exactly, and that's what makes for good television, or in this case, good streaming.
Good streaming indeed. Jeff, thank you very much, mate. Great result, great stream, great chat, and great review. See you at the next one. We'll do it. It is Brad's favourite team that we're playing next, Stoke City.
Put me down for 5-0.
What, to Stoke?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
But can I just say, we've got to say congratulations to Brad. No sound problems tonight. He's got his new computer. He can charge it. It's all working. Look at this. We've got a full screen. Brad, honestly, I'm sat here a little bit excited in my pants. I'll tell you, I'm not going to lie. It's been quite a night. But why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Well, they can find me here most times, either annoying Chris or just generally just getting on people's nerves while speaking to some Saints every so often. You can find me on Twitter, first of all, at Fulltime Focus. So if you want to follow me in all my footballing rambles, follow me on there. And obviously LTI TV 2, which I did promise is making a return this year. It is definitely going to be doing that. Now I've got this thing working, I can start working alongside Chris on some show ideas for football quizzes. And after an impressive 1-0 victory against Everton, moving them up to mid-table, and a whopping 10 points clear, I think they are, of bottom place Bristol City, LTID TV2 is also proudly going to start bringing you match reactions and any team news with the Leicester women's side, who earlier this afternoon, Chris, unlike Leicester, got some transfer window activity done and dusted today. Their third signing, I believe, of the window. They managed.
Again, that nearly got me excited in my pants as well. Until
well, at least they're making a signing, I guess. And Chris, that's no. Take that out of context, people. He did not mean it in that sense.
Oh, that's what I said. I realised you were talking about the women's team. Quickly moving on.
We're not live. We'll let it out.
We should give a well done to the England cricket team.
Yeah, fantastic performance. Baz Ball is still undefeated against nations. Still 4 tests to go, but they were 190 behind. They set India a very nervy 231 to win the test, and England's debutant spinner Hartley came through with the goods. 7 wickets he recorded, and England's first test victory in India since 2012, Chris. So all things are looking good for all sorts of aspects of football which I follow. So happy days all round. Drinks all around for me in terms of sporting afterwards. Leicester win, Cov draw, England win.
Jeff says stop taking the Viagra. I took one last night, mate. I couldn't swallow it properly. Woke up this morning with a stiff neck.
I knew where you was going with it. I couldn't stop him, folks. I can't. I tried.
Brad, you're back on Friday, aren't you? With the you were back on Friday with the Prediction League.
There you go. I thought I'd let you get there in the end. I didn't want to. I was forgetting what shows it is. Yes, I am back for that on Friday. I'm going to be all alone. There's no one there beside.
You'll have Ant with you.
Oh well, yeah, but he's only half a person, isn't he? So I need another half. So you know what I mean? Yeah, well, at least I got Ant to keep me entertained.
Because I'm not going to be. Well, the thing is, I am now doing another radio show as well as my morning breakfast. And do tune in to surreyhillsradio.co.uk. That's Surrey, as in the county, hillsradio.co.uk. Every weekday morning between 7 and 10 for a fantastic breakfast show. I'm also doing the Love Hour, or the Love 2 Hours, if I'm honest with you. I didn't think I could make it last that long, but...
I wonder why your ex-wife left you if you could do a Love Hour for 2 hours.
I know. It's happy hour. Hey! Every Friday at 10 o'clock till midnight. So I'll be getting ready for that. So Brad will be taking back the Prediction League. Keep him on his toes, guys. Keep checking his maths. That's all I'm saying.
They are doing that, to be fair to them. They are making sure I am well prepared for my maths. I had a pleasant one with Jeff and an argument with Ant, but both have been sorted and both have been corrected.
Guys, if you are still in, we've got 35 people still in. We're on 92 likes. If you haven't done already, 34 people in now, 92 likes. Please just smash that likes button. Let's try and get it up to 100 quid to 100 people. All it does is it helps the channel end up on other people's homepages when they log in. That doesn't follow us, then hopefully they will. We might get Chicken Head on again, to be honest with you. Love talking to him, a great guy and very magnanimous in defeat. Brad, thanks very much, mate. I will see you on Saturday for Stoke.
Well, yeah, you'll see me Friday first, but then you will see us both.
No, I won't see you on Friday.
Well, you won't. These lovely people, but I will see you Saturday. I'll see you.
You see what I'm said? Yeah, you see what I'm doing there. All right, mate. All the best then.
Take care, everybody.
Take care. Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks to Brad then. As always, thank you to Brad. There. 3-1 it was at the end. All right, look, we're nitpicking. We've got to have something to talk about. Otherwise, just sit there and go, yeah, we won 3-1. Thanks very much. Goodbye. We'll be back Thursday. I'm having a night off tomorrow. We'll be back on Thursday with the preview. We've got a Stoke City fan coming on. And we will be doing that 7 o'clock on Thursday. And then Brad will be back at 7 o'clock on Friday with the prediction show, and I'll be here at 2:15 on Saturday with all the gang doing the watch along. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for watching, and if you've been listening via one of your favorite podcast platforms, whatever that is, thank you very much for lending me your ears. I'll give you them back now. I will see you on Thursday. Good night. Thanks very much, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
The TalkSport Fan Network is the ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts,
including Leicester Till I Die, independent analysis and reaction for the Foxes faithful.
The TalkSport Fan Network.
Unbeatable club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Follow the podcast on the TalkSport Fan Network.